Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Pixel FM. It's been a little while. We've all had a lot of stuff going on. So we got the band back together. Tonight I've got Russell, Chris, and Pete with me. I'm Steve. And we're gonna try and catch up, for the past month that we haven't been around and try and fill you guys in about what we've been up to. And we'll get into some news later on. So how you guys been?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've been pretty good. I just recently got married. And right after, I poked my eye out. So
week one that we were missing.
You're gonna shoot your eye out!
So he did.
Russell was in the field with a Red Ryder BB gun that backfired. The stock went into his eyeball.
No, I put my finger in there and moved it around. But that was pretty much the reason why we weren't together. But other than that, like I said, I'm married, so I'm dealing with that too.
Yes, ladies. Russell's off the market.
Yeah, I'm taken.
Wait a minute. Fellas, Russell is off the market.
We were all surprised.
I did see Chris eyeballing me a little bit.
Always. He's a sexy bitch.
They're attracted to the ring. They see that ring come on, and,
You gotta have it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Pete went away for a little while, and then, we had a couple of
Upstate
things.
prison. I got bail.
Pete did a stint in Attica.
Sciatica. I don't know what that even is.
I gave him some back pain.
We're just going to have bad jokes and horrible one-liners tonight.
You missed us.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
But yeah, we just, real life gets in the way, so unfortunately we had to delay it, but we are finally able to come back.
Oh, Steve, I gotta go.
Oh, jeez. But, we got a lot to talk about. We'll try and keep it condensed somewhat so you guys aren't listening to us ramble for the next 8.5 hours.
It's gonna happen anyway.
It's gonna happen. But I figure we should probably get into what we've been playing. Normally I go last because I usually I don't have too much that I play, but I've actually done a lot over the past month, so I'm going to try and go through it. The first thing I'm going to talk about is I picked up NCAA 14. The football game. I get it every couple of years instead of every year, and I like it. It's pretty good. It's dated. It's really, really dated. It doesn't look like a great, it looks kind of like a PS2 game, which is a shame. I got it on the PS3, but it's addictive as ever. I like the, I do the coach dynasty where you coach a team and you go along, and I always start with a really small school and eventually work my way up to a bigger school, and I'm kind of doing my thing, and I've been slowing down, but I like it a lot. And then after that, I played Gone Home, and I'm not going to talk about Gone Home, and the reason why I'm not going to talk about Gone Home is if you are on our YouTube page, there's actually a separate video of me talking about Gone Home. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that game, go listen to that. I try not to spoil too much, so if you are interested in the game and maybe you don't know what it's about, listen to that or listen to a point where you feel comfortable and then go off and get it. Just to make a long story short, I recommend it. Buy it, but maybe not buy it for $20. It's a little bit of a steep price. Thanks for silencing your cell phone, asshole, while I'm talking.
I swear to God, I thought he did.
Yeah,
Your phone.
Yeah, the amount of respect we get around here is fantastic. Makes me feel loved.
I get no respect.
Yeah.
My phone don't even work here.
If we start making Rodney Dangerfield jokes, I'm going to cancel this thing and go home.
You don't like Rodney Dangerfield?
No. And by go home, I mean go upstairs. Here, you live here? I'm just going to lock you guys down here and just fuck you guys, I'm going home.
He's going home.
You'll just hear the TV go on upstairs.
We got enough stuff to play down here. We're good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But there's no food.
I'd eat Chris.
You just ate everything.
I brought food. You say that like, oh, you
There's
got like
nothing
6
in the
pizzas.
fridge, so don't worry. I've got yogurt in the fridge.
We can all lose an appendage or two down here.
Yeah.
It can last for like 5 days.
I'm a whole man.
Oh God.
You're all me.
The last thing I want to get into is something that's kind of surprising. So, kind of the running joke on this podcast has been that it's very odd that there's 4 people in a room and 3 out of the 4 own a Wii U, and it just seems like really a strange thing to have because who the hell owns a Wii U? I'm pretty sure that constituted the 75% of Wii U ownership in the United States. But it's now 100% because I bought one.
Yep.
And I don't know why I bought one. I can't say it was for one specific game over another. There are games I want to play, like Donkey Kong comes out in November, I think, and I really want to play that. And
You just want to play Earthbound.
yeah, I mean, I bought Earthbound, so I bought the Wii U, I bought the black one, the deluxe edition, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I got New Super Mario Bros. U, and then when I got home, I paid the $10 and downloaded Earthbound onto it. Since then, I picked up Need for Speed Most Wanted because I got a hell of a deal on it, and I'm playing through Splinter Cell Blacklist right now on the Wii U. I decided to try something different, so instead of playing it through PS3 or PC, I figured I'd play through it on the Wii U. But with my thoughts on the Wii, it's tough to kind of understand that system, and I think it was tougher for me because I bought the system used. I didn't have the paperwork that came with it, so I'm sure there's probably some type of user's manual with it, because trying to navigate those menus was a little difficult. They make you use the gamepad for pretty much everything. You can't do anything on the screen. It's just kind of confusing. Like, I made the Me, like, where the hell it's called, like the avatar of me, and it oddly actually kind of looks like me. I don't know. I sent Chris a friend request. I don't know if you saw
it. It looked like Steve, and they usually look like my guy. Usually ends up looking like Mr. Garrison. I'm always told, but that's just me.
Right on. Anyways, so
Yeah, way to ruin everything.
we've already had a bunch of awkward silence on this podcast so far. Just keep it going. But so I finished up with that, and then so my guy's standing in the middle of like this field. Like this white field. It looks like that scene in The Matrix where like the guns come, only it's people. But I can't like interact with these people, but like speech bubbles pop up, and it's like, Bowser's a dick. I can't beat Mario. And every time
cool pictures come up too.
Oh, I haven't seen any pictures.
Really? Pay attention. There'll be like the little sketch pictures that pop up.
Oh, I never look at it.
They're nice.
No.
Some people are.
I'm surprised it's just
took me
not
like
dicks.
a month to figure out how to do it.
They monitor that stuff, actually.
Oh, really? So there's a dick filter on it?
There's a dick filter.
Yeah.
But you should put that in Call of Duty.
I mean, once I got past the menu thing, I'm already doing it. I still think it's a little clunky to navigate things. Like, going through the eShop is terrible because there's really no filter or anything like that. You can't just be like, oh, I just want to look at Super Nintendo games, or I just want to look at NES games. Just like, there's no filter whatsoever. I couldn't even find a new releases thing.
The eShop channels.
Yeah, the only way I was able to find Earthbound was because it came out the week before and it was the number one seller.
Yeah,
it was the number one seller on it. That was the only reason why I was able to find it. I'm really happy with the gamepad. I think the games, for the most part, look really good on it if you want to play it on the gamepad. Mario looks the same on the TV as it does the gamepad. Need for Speed loses a little bit, but still pretty good. Earthbound on the pad looks the same as it does on the TV. Splinter Cell, you can play it on the pad if you want, and it looks fine, but that's a game you really need to kind of have there's a lot going on that screen. There's a lot of like HUD stuff going on. You really need to have that on a bigger screen. The battery life in the gamepad is better than I thought it would be. I'm getting about 4 to 5 hours out of it before it goes dead, and I'm actually pretty happy with that. I've been playing it plugged in. The cord on it is long enough that it doesn't get in the way. I don't really care, so I just leave it plugged in now.
Yeah, the Wii U comes with like 4 bricks.
Yeah. The TV thing is kind of neat. I hooked my Wii U up so it controls my cable box, so I can use it as a remote control. It's not bad. It kind of helps with if I don't feel like looking for the remote because it's like stuck in between cushions or whatever. I can just lean over and turn the television on.
I did that too. Everything works for me, but the sound. The sound won't change. TV channels will change, but sound.
Yeah, when I went to hook my cable box up, I had to go through like their preset thing like 300 times before it finally found one that worked with my cable box.
I must have got bored and gave up.
Yeah. The other thing with it, until I get into the games, was, did anybody else try out Chris is the only other sports fan here. Did you try out the baseball thing?
What baseball thing?
Okay, so they were like when I updated the system, I got like a whole bunch of messages and it was like, welcome to Wii U and all this stuff, and it was like, try out our baseball app, and I was like, oh, I'm figuring it's like season ticket, the thing you get on your TV. It's like $160 a year and you get every game in baseball. So I'm thinking it's that. What it is if you ever gone on to ESPN and looked at Gamecast, it's just like the pitch, the strike zone, and then a home plate thing, and then just like the balls kind of fly and mark. It's that.
Oh, okay.
For games. It's a neat thing, but I could just look at that on ESPN.com. Like, I don't need to... Like, if it was, like, highlights, and stuff like that. That would have been kind of interesting
cool.
because we live in New York, but none of us, we're not Yankees fans, so it's probably even tougher for you to watch games because your team's almost never on television.
Never.
We get WGN, which is the Chicago TV station. I'm a Chicago White Sox fan. The problem is they only run Cubs games for the most part, so I almost never get to watch them. So if I could find a way to watch White Sox games on my Wii U, that'd be kind of neat, especially if I could put one on the TV and play a game on the pad. Oh. That'd be kind of cool, but
you can do it, though.
No, you can't do it. But getting into the games, Mario U, for me, apparently this isn't the general consensus, but for me, it's fucking brutal. It is really difficult game for me to play, and I think the reason why is because of the controls. It's super slippery. It always feels like you're on ice in that game.
Yeah,
He's got an extra step.
Yeah, it's just like the momentum carries you just a little bit too far.
Yeah.
But I do like the game. It's really good.
It looks great.
If you have a Wii U and you don't have Mario, get it.
Why would you buy a Wii U and not?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the tradition. You buy a Nintendo system and you get a Mario game. Yeah. When I bought my 3DS, the first two things I bought were Mario Kart 7 and 3D Land. So I mean that's kind of what you do. You buy a Nintendo system.
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 looks kind of cool.
That game's gonna make me twitch.
Yeah, I am curious if the Pro Controller would help with Mario U, but I tried a third-party Pro Controller, and it was shit. The D-pad was absolutely terrible on it.
The Afterglow.
Yeah, the Afterglow one. I don't want it. Earthbound, it's a really rare. It's a really expensive game, so for the longest time, you really had to really be dedicated to play unless you want to go the illegal route and, get a ROM and an emulator and all that stuff. I understand why people really like it. It hasn't sucked me in yet. So I'm still waiting to kind of get to that moment where I'm like, okay, I have to keep playing this and not playing something else instead. Because with Persona 4 earlier this year, I'm going to compare every RPG I ever play for the rest of my life to Persona 4 because
you don't really like RPGs, so you've got to compare it to the ones you like.
The problem is I loved RPGs growing up, but there hit a point where in like 98, 99...
You didn't like polygons.
No.
So you cut out the PlayStation 1, which are in my thing, those are the great RPGs.
Yeah.
I mean, Final Fantasy 2 and 3 on the Super Nintendo are great, but other ones, I don't really consider Zelda an RPG. It's an action game, which is fine, but like you didn't like the polygon RPGs, which is fine. I get it. I have friends like that too, but those are what you didn't like.
Well, there's PS1 RPGs I like.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 is fine. I don't think it's as great as everybody cracks it up to be. It's not as good as 6. But Suikoden's good.
Yeah.
I like games. There's PS1 RPGs that I like. It's just, they're ugly as shit to look at. And graphics aren't everything, but if you're going to be looking at this for 90 hours, it better look somewhat decent.
You got to enjoy something.
Which is really funny because Persona 4 is a PS2 game, and I hate the way PS2 games look. I don't like games from that era.
It's a beautiful style.
Yeah, it is quite nice, and on the Vita, it looks amazing. The up-res art and everything was really phenomenal. But I'm going to keep chugging along at Earthbound. I'm a few hours into it, and I'll keep plugging away at it, and hopefully I'll finish it. I do want to finish it. I don't want to just put it on the back burner.
Get your $10 worth.
Yeah, I got the Wonderful 101 demo. Did anybody else get around to playing it?
I downloaded it.
No,
because I turned my Wii U on to accept your friend invite and queued up the download.
Okay.
My internet makes birds cry.
Is this what it sounds like when doves cry?
Yes, it's something like that.
Maybe I'm like my mother. Maybe I'm just like my father.
Okay, it's...
You don't get the reference?
I know.
It's Prince.
Yeah.
The purple one himself.
I just don't know the
Prince is kind of a dick. And you know way too much of the song.
That's a good song. Prince made some good music.
He's a great musician.
He is a great musician.
He can play 18 different instruments?
Yeah, he can pretty much do everything.
He's a savant, pretty much.
Yeah.
Music.
He's like me.
He's like me. I'm not like him. He's like me.
Yeah, Prince ripped me off.
Prince. The guy who got to change his name to a symbol and then back.
I'm actually a 5'1" tiny man that lives in Minnesota. Prince ripped me off. So, getting back on track, the Wonderful 101 demo, that game looks fucking impossible. There's no tutorial in it whatsoever, and here's the funnier thing, there's no tutorial in the game either, like the full retail game, there's no tutorial, and there's no manual. You have to figure out all this stuff on your own. And it's one of those games where you gotta be looking at the pad and the TV at the same time, because you're drawing shapes on the pad, and if you're off by a little bit, it won't register correctly.
So no penises?
No, it's triangles, circles, and squares, I think,
can make
are
a
the
penis
shapes.
out of that.
Yeah. But it's kind of like Pikmin. The analogy I would make I think would suit it better would be Swarm, which is a PlayStation Network downloadable game where you commanded an army of creatures and you could spread them out and make them form into one solid shape, because that's what you're doing in Wonderful 101. You're forming everybody into one solid like sword or gun or something like that. It's it's a neat concept. From what I've heard, it's very short.
Yeah,
so
it's a time attack game.
It might not be worth $60. It's not worth $60. It's probably worth $30. But it's a platinum game, and they make great stuff, so I'm sure it's fine. The last thing on my list is Splinter Cell, which is a new release from this past week. I had no idea it was gonna be as good as it is, which is funny because Assassin's Creed 3, also made by Ubisoft, I didn't think that was gonna be any good at all, and I really, really liked it. Now I'm very much looking to Assassin's Creed 4. But the thing that's kind of interesting is the Wii U version definitely looks better than PS3 and 360. I didn't compare it to the PC version. I'm sure the PC version probably looks as good, or if not better, than the Wii U version. It's got really long loading times, which kind of is a downer, but once you get into the game, they kind of go away. Like, if you die in the game, you're back within 5 seconds, but if you start a mission, it's about a 2-minute wait to get into a mission. So it kind of drags on a little bit, but...
It's a little bit of a wait.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. There's stuff on the screen for you to like read and stuff like that. So it's not like you're just looking at a blank screen.
You're reading mission briefs.
Yeah, when you're not using the gamepad though, the gamepad just has the Splinter Cell logo on it until you get to a section where you're like in combat, and then it'll switch to an inventory screen. So it's kind of nice that they do it like that. When you fly the little drone, you use the pad and you have to tilt it and move it around and stuff. They do some neat stuff with
the snake camera.
Yes, yeah, you use that for the snake camera. There's a sniping mission where you have to use the pad to control the stuff. It's pretty neat. It's really challenging. I'm playing on the lowest difficulty just because I want to play the game. I don't want to be frustrated. It's quite hard. I can only imagine what like the realistic difficulty is like.
Oh yeah, I'll play it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah. It looks like they're all unlocked from the start.
Oh really?
So, yeah, it looks like
you don't have to just play.
Yeah, it looks like you can just bump it all the way up.
Now, I actually wanted to ask you. I don't know. Have you tried to play a Wii game on your Wii U yet?
No, because I have a Wii. So if I was gonna play a Wii game, I'd probably play it in the Wii.
Give it a shot and let me know how you feel about it.
Why?
Because it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I would just play the Wii.
You gotta hit the Wii side.
Plus, I can't even play it in my Wii games in my Wii U because all my Wii games are burned. So I have a modified Wii, so none of those are gonna work in it anyways. The only I'm looking at my games. The only legit games I have for the Wii are the Kirby Collection and Harvey Birdman.
You even opened the Kirby Collection?
Yes, I played it.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to leave that sealed.
I was gonna get that, but I own all the games already.
It's gorgeous. You have Dreamland 3? That's a rare game.
I either have it or I played it.
No, Dreamland 3 for the Super Nintendo. It's like a $80 game.
Oh, that's right. I've never heard of it.
I've never played it because it's so expensive. Because the one I remember was Superstar, Kirby Superstar.
Yeah,
I played that as a ton as a kid, and I have a copy of that for Super Nintendo. But so that's fun playing that. But I've never played Dreamland 3, so that's kind of cool.
Was that before or after he actually could use powers?
It plays like, from what I can tell, it plays more like Superstar than it does like the older ones. I mean, Superstar's got a ton of personality. I think most people, when they think of Kirby, that's the game they think of. Very little will you be like, no, I mean Kirby 64, or I mean Kirby Dreamland.
Kirby 64 was actually pretty fun.
I've never played it, and it's on that thing, so I kind of want to get around to playing it.
Give it a try.
Crystal shards everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the humanity.
Well, in that game, you can mix your powers, which
neat.
makes it even better.
I gotta play it eventually. But with Splinter Cell, there's a lot of customization in it, which is really cool. You can customize your look. You can customize all the attributes on your suit. You can customize every gun in the game. You have a ton of gadgets to unlock. And it's all done through money. You earn money for almost everything.
Cool.
At the end of every mission, you don't level up like an RPG, but you fill these level bars, and the more you fill them up, the more rewards you get. So you'll get a point total, and then they'll multiply that point total by a multiplier, and then that equals your cash. So you earn like a couple $100,000 for being really successful on a mission, and then you upgrade your plane, and your plane will help you out. Like, you upgrade your plane, and it'll tell you where all the hidden stuff is in the world, or it'll give you like radar and stuff like that. So it is pretty neat. I do like it. I would definitely recommend Splinter Cell Blacklist. It's quite good. But I'm gonna shut up now because somebody else needs to talk. So I'm gonna pass it off to you guys.
I mean, I really haven't been playing anything. I just recently picked up Payday 2. I didn't actually choose to pick it up. I kind of
had it handed to you.
Kind of had it handed to me.
You
pretty
can pay
much.
for this next week.
I was debating on whether to get it or not, and I walked away for 5 minutes, came out, and Chris told me I bought the game, so...
Surprise!
Pretty much, but not a big fan of first-person shooters. I'm enjoying it quite well.
We're going to talk about some Payday tonight, definitely.
Enjoying it quite well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, other than Payday, I've been busy with being hurt and being married.
It's tough to play with one eye.
Yeah, well...
And you can't blink.
Any light blinded me, pretty much. Yeah. Any type of light.
So staring at your nice high-def TV?
Yeah.
Oh, the picture. Oh, God. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I finished up Limbo on the Vita, and I've been playing a lot of Payday like Russell, because me and Steve have been playing that, and we'll talk about that one later. God, have I played anything else? DuckTales. I bought DuckTales Remastered. It's great. I mean, I don't actually remember. I probably played the game when I was young, but what I really remember was DuckTales, the TV show. That was my childhood. DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of
little
ducks.
bit older that.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, it's Disney.
I know it's like they're all ducks though. Darkwing Duck and DuckTales. I just never understood. It seemed like there was not room for 2 duck TV shows, but they proved me wrong.
It's okay.
It was a good childhood.
I'm a big fan of ducks. Great. But today I actually found out that game is actually CD-based, and I was quite upset about it because we don't have it. DuckTales?
Oh, yeah! Some kid came in and asked us today if we had a copy of DuckTales on the disc, on the PlayStation 3. You can buy the game on a disc at GameStop. For
$20.
Really?
It's definitely on a disc.
Chain.
Huh.
Yeah, you get
I thought it was like a little download card or something.
What is it? Scrooge McDuck?
Scrooge McDuck keychain.
That's worth it.
That's $5 more and have.
I'd rather have a disc-based copy. Yeah, I have a problem with digital stuff.
I'm gonna be one sitting here going digital sucks ass because I do like the discs. I mean, I bitch and complain about it, but.
You know I'm going to edit that to say I do like the dicks. You know that, right?
That's exactly what it is.
I do like this, but, you know, it's
I'm the one that trips over his words all the time. At least I've never done anything like that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's just like the other day, someone was in the store and they're complaining that they want to get Payday. And I'm like, dude, we sell points cards. You can go home and buy it. It's $35. You save $5. But I want the disc. And to me, I'm just like, I promise you, I like having discs. But if you can't get it and you want to sit there and bitch and complain, why not save $5? Go home, and I promise you, the one time when you're sitting there and you're playing a game and you go, I'm done with this game, what do I want to play? Look through your stuff, and you don't have to get your fat ass up.
It's funny because Payday is really hard to find.
Yeah.
There's people right now saying, keep your collector's edition sealed. Because they're really starting to believe that they're going to be rare. Nice. Because we had people coming into the store saying like every GameStop in town was out. And it sounds weird, every GameStop in town. We have a lot of GameStops where you live. You know, there's one across the street from us and one down the street.
Within 20 minutes there's about 8 GameStops.
Yeah. And they were all out. And we had it, you know, thankfully, you know, we had it for everybody to come, you know, for customers to come and get. You know, we bought copies for ourselves as well, but you know, it was crazy to hear that this game is just tough to find. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just around here. I went online and everybody was like, has anybody found this game yet? Because I can't play it.
I don't think they knew it would be that big.
They knew it was going to be that big on PC because it became profitable just through Steam pre-orders. They made a shitload of money off this game, and good for them. You know, but I don't think they had any idea it was going to be as popular as it is on PS3 and 360. Well, I can't attest to how popular it is on 360. I know it's doing well on PS3 though.
Okay. The one that's hard to find is the 360 copy.
Yeah. We still have a couple PS3 copies.
Just a couple collector's editions. Yeah.
No, I think I have one Payday.
Oh, did we get
one regular?
Right.
But yeah, good for them.
But, I mean, that's really all I've been playing. A lot of Payday. Lots of Payday.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that after we get to Pete, because I know we've all played it, so we can actually sit down and have a decent discussion.
After we get to me, or when we get to me?
No, after shut up.
It just seems like we could talk about it now.
What did you do?
I played Payday.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm confused.
You played other games, motherfucker.
I did play other games, but I honestly don't remember most of them.
You played DuckTales 5 minutes before we started this. You played other games.
DuckTales? Who?
Yeah.
No, I did. I did play that. Moon Level was, I don't know. I missed the NES version. But it's still fun, and the music. Whatever. Steve wants me to mention I played Papers, Please.
It's finally out.
It's finally been out. We could have spoken about this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, unfortunately. Papers, Please is the game I was most looking forward to this year. I'm very upset. I'm having some PC problems, so I haven't been able to play it. I can run it on my laptop just fine, but I want to play that game on my PC on a really nice monitor, which sounds strange because it's not a game that has it's not graphically impressive in any stretch of the imagination. But I just kind of want to have my keyboard, my mouse, and just that traditional PC, thing. But as soon as I get my PC back from being repaired, I'm going to play Saints Row 4, but as soon as I get it back, Papers, Please is right there. That's the reason why I haven't talked about Saints Row 4, because I can't play it yet on console. The console version is apparently broken, and they're telling people, if you have the ability to play on PC, go to PC until they patch it on console. So if they patch it, and I still don't have my PC back, I will go and buy a copy for PS3, because I just have to play the game.
When they patch it enough and it's a good game, I'll play it.
It's a great game. Shut up.
It's not on the instant pickup list. It got bumped off. There's just too many games. And
there's a lot of games coming out right now.
We like Payday 2, which is awesome.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 14.
Meh.
Oh, I'm going to be playing that a lot.
I will not.
A couple hours a day.
Because I refuse to give someone money every month for a game I already paid for.
I don't have a problem with that.
I think I'm probably the only person here that's never played an MMO.
I played Final Fantasy 11. That's it.
I did significant beta testing for the Old Republic until I got an angry letter from BioWare. I got in really early. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. I got in really early beta access from Old Republic. I have no idea why, but what I found out was I had an account on their message board from Jade Empire. So I was one of the oldest, active accounts on their message board. So I got this email one day saying, would you like to beta test Old Republic? I was like, fuck yeah, I would. Game, this was 8 months before it came out. I mean, this is a while before it came out. So I did a bunch of beta testing. It was the first time I'd ever played an MMO. So I followed the game from the point where it was just you were in the starting area and that was it, until you can actually go and do quests and stuff like that. I probably played 50 hours of this fucking beta. So when they were okay, you need to submit a report. Let us know what you thought. Did you run into any bugs, anything like that? And did you when you pre-ordered the game, did you get the collector's edition, or what did you get? And I just typed in, I didn't pre-order the game. I'm not buying it. I just played it for 50 hours and I'm done. And they took away my beta access for the remainder of the beta because it still had a month left before the game came out, which I thought was kind of funny.
Oh man!
Apparently, you made somebody angry.
I pissed off the doctors, and then they quit.
I played that game when it went free to play. I
bought it.
I couldn't do.
I like Star Wars. It sounded cool. I like Star Wars. I liked BioWare.
It was a cool concept. It was pretty cool. You make your own lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, BioWare was good until Mass Effect 3.
Lightsabers, smite sabers.
Well, BioWare was good until
Bounty Hunter.
You're gay.
I played
Bounty Hunter.
I played Sith Inquisitor, the one that's the torture guy that interrogates everybody.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They're the ones that do
the choke
powers.
Yeah, the force choking. My guy looked diseased and shit that. But I play evil and stuff like that, which is weird because normally I play as good as when I play Mass Effect, my guy's 100% Paragon.
I did the opposite of you. I did Jedi, but was it the same? Were they called the Inquisitor?
No, it's Sith Inquisitor's Jedi. Was it oh god, I can't remember. Because
there was Jedi Knight, there was Jedi
Counselor.
I think that's one of it. Yeah,
because you could do the dual lightsaber.
Okay, yeah.
The Old Republic, the Xbox game.
Yeah, I went through as the bounty hunter. Pew 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 pew.
America.
Yeah,
America.
It was awesome.
Pew 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 pew. Tatooine.
It was a great story.
Pew 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 pew. Planet with two suns, which I think is Tatooine.
Yes, also Tatooine. It was a great story until you got to the point where your first major story ended, your storyline, and picked up the second one. And the second one starts and this is completely shitty. It's they got a new writer, or they got the junior writer to do the middle stuff. It sucked. I played for the 1 month and okay, cancel subscription. Went right out there.
Yeah, I can't pay monthly for a game I already paid money for. I can't do it. I just.
If it's fun, if it's good, if it's worth it, then I'll do it. If it's not, you get a free month out of the box, and you can cancel when you're done.
I won't do it unless I have someone to play with. Grinding by myself to get my ass kicked and then hang out with people I probably am not going to enjoy talking to.
Yeah, there's been very few times where I played an online game by myself and actually found people that live elsewhere for me to like play with on a regular basis. I did for Modern Warfare 2 because we were all like on the same message board, and then I did for Unreal. Like when Unreal Tournament came out, that was before. I mean, message boards were kind of new at that time. Like we were on dial-up at the time. So it was like Usenet chat rooms and shit like that, finding people to play. Playing like multiplayer matches of like Hack Doom and stuff like that. So I did that, but it was always like through like a community online somehow. That you would find people to play with.
I played a lot of MMOs, and it is really hard to find a bunch of players when you're just one person. The only MMO that I've never had an issue with finding a group of people that wanted to help me out was Final Fantasy XI. It seems like everyone in that game is willing to give you anything.
Because after like level 15, you can't do shit by yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, there's high levels that literally, if you ask them for help, they'll just give you whatever you need.
Yep.
But
yeah, 14 looks cool. If I was into MMOs, that'd probably be the one I would want to check out.
I can't wait to get home and
I'm just getting it because of 11. I really loved 11. That's the only thing. But
I remember when it came out, I thought it was quite fascinating. Because I had a PS2 at that point, I'm pretty sure, and I remember being kind of interested in it.
3 different platforms too.
Yeah. I remember sort of being interested in it, but I never bit the bullet and actually tried it out.
They should make it free. If this does well, they should make it free because that game still does really well.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people on there. Well, I don't know if it would be free because they actually released
an expansion
like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, did you play anything else, Pete?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Besides yourself,
I know
it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was down in Maryland touching a dude for 2 weeks with my rental car. I had to cancel the podcast because I was down there eating soft shell crab.
Okay. Was not touching a dude down there. Was not.
No, it was you and a dude and like the other, like he had friends too, so you actually probably achieved the Octagon. And if you're not sure, for people that don't know what the Octagon is, the Octagon is an 8-way Dutch rudder.
Oh my
so
God.
It's just you're in a living room in a circle Dutch ruddering 8 other dudes, and I call it the Octagon.
It's got a wave.
I went down to visit my old roommate from college.
If you get up to 16, instead of it's the Octagon, it's called Survival of the Fittest.
After that, his friend came down, his high school friend, and then his new friends came, and we all...
Dutch rudder.
We all hung out and did fun stuff that did not involve any junk. We played Munchkins. You ever hear about it?
I actually know what that is.
Yeah!
No, yeah.
You guys might like it. It's
They sell it at Play the Game.
Yeah, it's
it's like a physical game?
It's a card game. Kind of like a spin on like a Dungeons and Dragons type.
We should get together and play Pandemic.
Yeah.
We should get...
I've always wanted to get together and play Cards Against Humanity.
I don't know what that one is.
Oh, you would fucking love Cards Against...
Apples? Yeah. It's like that, except...
incredibly dirty and vulgar.
Instead of like a good combination that's hilarious, they're all vulgar.
Oh, okay.
Instead of apples, it's Hitler. It's pretty much what it is.
And instead of the other apples, it's Helen Keller.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's an incredibly dirty and vulgar game. It's hilarious. We've got to play it.
It could be interesting. We have to do this we have to do it live, though.
Well, yeah. Well,
we'll record it.
You could probably record it. It would lose some of its effect if they can't read the card, but
you get like a HD camera pointed down on the table. And
if somebody's interested, Giant Bomb has videos of them playing it, like 3 or 4 of them on their website. You might have to be a premium member to watch them, but they are there. They're good. They actually have their own expansion pack. There's a Giant Bomb expansion pack for Cards Against Humanity.
Speaking of that, I know this is going to be off topic, but talk about Giant Bomb has an expansion pack for the game. IGN is getting an app on the PlayStation.
Nice.
I did see something about that, yeah.
IGN, where journalistic integrity still matters. Everything is an 8.5.
Hey, it's pretty impressive.
I rated a very high
corporation to give you an app on their console.
You do know that IGN is owned by Fox.
Oh, yeah?
Which is a larger company than Sony. So, it's not that...
Really? Bigger than Sony?
News Corp?
Oh. Okay.
News Corp owns the media. They pretty much, they pretty much own everything. It's like Viacom.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
You can't say Viacom and not do it in like a James Earl Jones voice.
Viacom.
That's CNN.
He did Viacom too.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
No.
This is CNN, but also did
This is
Viacom.
CNN.
Is that really James Earl Jones?
Yes. James Earl Jones.
Okay, Steve.
Steve's just having a seizure. Darth Vader.
CNN's headquarters during the 90s was in a shopping mall, and it was the same place as WCW because they were both owned by Ted Turner.
Nice.
So you just have news anchors and
I
wrestlers.
thought you were going to say the whale.
News anchors versus wrestlers. I paid
Whale?
for that.
I don't understand.
The whale.
The whale.
Mallrats. This is the whale!
It's a schooner!
There you go.
Yeah. Would you like a chocolate-covered
The
pretzel?
New Hartford Whalers were in a shopping mall.
Hartford Whalers.
Shopping mall.
So
Can we talk about Payday now?
I wanted to talk about Payday.
I was trying to talk about Payday before.
You guys have been
let's wait-
delaying this conversation for 35 fucking minutes.
Let's
I
wait
want
until after Pete's talk.
Because I didn't
like
want
Payday.
I thought it'd be
I
fucking
like Payday.
Because it'd be fucking stupid for me to talk about Payday up front and then to be like, "What'd you play, Payday? What'd you play, Payday? What'd you? Well, why didn't you fucking wait until the end of it, you dumb motherfucker? You just talk about Payday at the end."
Reverse. When do you play Payday? When do you play Payday? When do you play Payday? Now we're talking about Payday.
You know what? Now I don't want to talk about Payday.
I don't even want to talk about it either. I'm out of here. Paper noise.
Table flip. I'm just.
Oh God, we're hacking. We're hacking now.
I'm hacking the computer. I just logged into the Matrix.
Dodger typing.
Payday is fucking fantastic.
It's great.
I love Payday. It is one of those. I thought I actually did stop it. If I hit the space bar on this thing, it pauses. But I have text. I have WordPad open, so I'm good. I just typed a whole bunch of. It says. I actually filled out the word fitness. Somehow I wrote the word fitness, and then it's FHSEFRWDSJFHDFW semicolon KFASJHYDAFDKJ. Fad JKGAFGKHJADF Jahagazadz Jis DDAHDZ Minowich WEFH. That's what I typed.
I heard Manwich in there.
And this concludes our conversation about Payday.
They're brought to you by the letter FKJHC.
Brought to you by Shaq Soda.
I went to get a drink today, and I went in, and I was looking for like a water or maybe something tasty, and I saw Shaq Soda, and I was like, oh, which kind do I gotta get? So I've got the one with the squinty Shaq. It is vanilla cream soda. It's delicious.
That's racist. You can't say that.
What?
The squinty Shaq.
He's squinting. He's winking on the front of it. He's squinting.
It doesn't. It looks like he's pooping.
It does look like he's pooping. But it's actually quite good. It's in Arizona, so it's $1. Buy it.
For $1.79, I bought 2 liters of Mountain Dew.
Diet
Mountain Dew.
For nothing, I
I'm
drink
watching my
tap
figure.
water.
Hey, that
Can't
cost fractions of a penny.
And Russell's drinking Keystone Light, so he's also drinking tap water.
No, that's piss water.
Yeah. I just mix a PBR and Keystone with some Natty Ice and just put it all together.
It's better than
I call it a welfare check. It's a new cocktail. It's a new cocktail I came up with.
Doesn't matter. It's
And you drink it through a
Leave me
straw.
alone.
You drink it through a straw made of food stamps.
I'm with Russell. I like Keystone Light. Keystone Light's not bad. I like the
Food
Keys.
stamps is a card, Steve. It's a
I
card.
can't.
They give you stamps.
They give you a card.
Sometimes they give you stamps.
They look like
gave me a
they
card.
look like movie theater tickets.
No, they make tickets.
Do they?
Yeah.
Really?
Some
I've
of
never
them.
seen them.
There's
I've only
different
seen
ones.
the
There's
card.
EBT cards and there's food stamps.
Okay, I've only seen the cards.
They're a rubber pad with ink, and it says bananas, cheese,
Says
bread.
Says Ben Hooflack.
Ben Hooflack. Yeah, it says Ben Hooflack, and then they give you a copy of Jersey Girl on DVD.
And Batman.
That's your entertainment budget for the month. So, back on topic with Payday. The nice thing about Payday 2 is they took the idea from Payday 1 and just blew it up, made it huger, made it better in every stretch of the... Huger! And made it huger. And it's only $40, so the bang for your buck value is through the roof on this game, because I would pay $60 for this game. No doubt about it, I would.
I did.
You got the collector's edition.
My mask sucks balls.
Yeah, I was about to say, why don't you talk about your mask that you got?
Dude, I got fucking shafted on my mask. One, it smells like wet spray paint.
He gave me the mask and I got contact high off of it.
He's like, what's wrong with it? I took it out and I threw it down because I was pissed off. It's not painted right. It smells bad. The paint was, because they put it in wet, you pull it apart and the paint's all over it. I need to take. I'm really gonna take pictures and
it was painted hard and put away wet.
Basically, and it kind of pissed me off because I liked Payday 1 and I want to support the guys by spending a little bit more money and getting $3 worth of shit in it, you know. So I just feel shafted on it. I usually don't feel bad about spending extra money, but when it's not even remotely close to what it should be.
I did for Mass Effect 3. I think that collector's edition was bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, that comic book was fine. You know, I've read the Mass Effect comics. It's fine. You know, getting the nicer case, I guess, is all right. The art book was fine, with the exception of the fact that the second page of the art book ruins the final boss for you. So don't fucking flip through that book when you get it. Oh, what's this? Well, I'm installing the game to my hard drive. I'm going to flip through this. Oh, shit, I figured out the whole game. Might as well trade it in. Yeah. You know, and the lithograph,
like, has an arrow that says, you know, final boss.
It says final boss concept art on it. That's what it says.
You are correct.
Yeah, and big fucking letters on this thing. It says final boss concept art. And I'm like, I'm flipping through the book in total silence. I'm like, motherfucker! And I just threw the book down.
That's fucking great.
And then the lithograph was like a piece of photo paper that they got at Staples and put a picture of the Normandy on it.
Yeah, speaking of Mass Effect and the Normandy, I think it's better if you buy a collector's edition and you're not happy with it. I went to the BioWare site. I bought a little model ship replica of the Normandy. I think
those were actually
the second game.
Was it all right?
No.
Oh, because I saw them on Amazon. They look kind of cool.
No, some of them were great. Mine wasn't so awful compared to my old roommate Craig, who I visited.
The one you touch tips with in Maryland. Go on, continue.
There was no nudeness.
Continue.
I showered in shower shorts the whole time.
That's a little weird. That's a little weird. Well, I put the sand. Basically, you showered prison style. I wore sandals. Staying. Where I'm trying to get to is staying with Craig is like living in Oz.
Anyways,
which was filmed in Boston.
Let's get off of that tangent and back to my tangent. So you get it, and then like the word Normandy's on the ship. It's from the second game. So we got it when it first came out, and the second game was what was offered. The second game version of the ship was cool. It says Normandy on it, and it's all like lopsided. Like it looks like they put the stencil on by hand, but like didn't give a fuck. Yeah. My friend got his. His was worse, and like it was curved and like wasn't anywhere near right, and it was broken.
Nice. Yeah, it's a shame. One of the kind of nerdiest things I guess I do is I have a small collection of toys. Like, I have pop culture related toys which sit on my DVD shelves, and then down here where we record this podcast where my video games are, I have some video game related stuff. So I'm going to turn around for a second. I have a couple of
turn around and show the viewing audience.
I have a couple of Street Fighter toys. I have a Mega Man one, some Mario stuff. I have a Claptrap from Borderlands, and I actually have a Mass Effect toy. I have Thane from Mass Effect 2. It's a Nico one, so it's really high quality, but some of the stuff you see out there is complete garbage. And it's really tough to find decent video game collectibles, and it seems strange because I think that'd be a market for people who would buy this stuff, If comic book fans are going to buy, $200 busts of Superman, why can't video game fans pay $15 for a nice little figure?
Because video game fans don't have jobs.
Video game fans buy video games with their money.
Yeah.
Back when
hookers and blow.
Oh, yes.
But it's like my buddy Joe. He collects art, but he's not much of a game player. He's more of a nerd,
Like, nerds. What kind of art? Obviously,
like comic book art and stuff like that. He actually, he just went to where was he? Somewhere he went to Indy and he stopped he went to the Indianapolis 500 and he was at a convention on the way back and he knew an artist that was there and she drew him. She said she was going to draw him a sketch, but she basically drew him art and it was beautifully showed it to me. I was like, that's just amazing. It's Lincoln Zelda.
Oh, okay.
And it was great. It's cool.
Wait, they're not the same person?
Oh, wait.
Link and Zelda.
Abe Lincoln and Zelda?
The Zelda's the little boy, and Link is the guy that flies around the head, right? And he's like, hey, listen! And then the big guy that looks like Bowser is Sheik. I know my Zelda history. I read that book.
Yeah. Sheik.
But I did have an issue with the collector's edition back when Call of Duty World at War came out, and they gave you kind of like a flask.
Oh, yeah, you can't drink out of it.
Yeah, no, that wasn't my
It's made out of rust.
It was totally flat. Like, smashed flat.
Oh, the canteen.
Yeah, the canteen was, like, destroyed flat. Yeah, they replaced it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they replaced it. They had no issues with it.
Yeah, well, that's what I figure they'll do with my mask, is, they'll send me something else and an apology, and that'll be cool. I feel like I
or it can be worth more, like Bioshock.
Yeah, exactly. The Big Daddies were worth twice as much.
Well, we should probably talk about the actual game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bioshock is excellent.
Just saying, we should probably talk about the actual game of Payday.
Robbery and meth. Let's go.
Yeah, you're making meth. This is a meth simulation apparatus.
It's completely accurate, too, for all your parents out there.
Because
Give your kids this, and they will be able to do something productive.
Castic acid.
Castic.
Because this is a game made by Swedish people, so everybody kind of speaks with that Heavy Rain like pseudo accent. Because everybody in Heavy Rain, despite the fact it takes place in America, they have a French kind of tone to their voice.
Damn Frenchies.
Yeah, so it's castic soda, which is weird because he sounds like he's just got like the super hardest Boston accent, in the world. But the game, it's basically
These internet directions are terrible.
Yeah, internet directions are terrible.
I should point out before we go too far. I was joking when if you mix all the ingredients it tells you to mix, you'll have salt water in some form of concentration.
If my calculations are correct, this will make ice poison mustard gas. Name that movie. Fuck all of y'all.
I've never heard of that one.
Joe Dirt.
Oh, yes.
It's Joe Dirt.
And then he saves him.
He saves him at the end.
I'm Chris Watkins. It's crazy. Stab me in the face.
That's the only impression he does that's good.
That wasn't bad.
That's the only impression he does that's pretty good.
It's important to say the name of the person you're doing an impression of so people don't have to guess wrong.
I have a pretty good Kevin Spacey impression.
Come on, we're all waiting.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
My name is Kevin Spacey. I made a movie about a guy that gets followed around with a shopping bag. And I'm like, man, you crazy. I'm Kevin Spacey.
Sounds familiar.
That's my Kevin Spacey impression. It's not too bad. I mean, I could do a little De Niro if you want to hear some De Niro. My name is Robert De Niro. My name is Bobby Bag De Niro. I made movies called Raging Bull and that movie with 50 Cent that no one saw.
What?
He made a movie with 50 Cent a few years ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 50 Cent's like a cop.
That's when you know you're getting ready to die.
But Payday, what Payday is, basically what Payday is it's Left 4 Dead. It's a Left 4 Dead game with an objective. It's either, hey, break into this store and rob this, or defend this, or make this meth, or put this shipment onto a boat, open up safety deposit boxes, take this necklace out of a vault, etc., etc., etc. But there is some pretty wide variety. There's a couple of traditional bank heists, and then there's some interesting ones. There's a smash and grab jewelry job. There's a nightclub heist where you break into a nightclub full of people and have to rob a safe in the manager's room. There's the meth making mission. There's another mission where you're delivering coke onto a helicopter and then later tossing it onto a boat. So there's quite a bit of variety to it. The only downside is a lot of the missions use the same maps. It's just a different objective. Like jewelry store and Ukrainian job are on the same map. The only one that's different is I don't think the 4 stores ever gets duplicated.
No.
And the higher level ones I don't think Rats or Watchdogs or Big Oil or any of that gets duplicated. So there's a few repeat ones. The biggest problem with the game is the leveling up. It takes a lot to level up. Not only do you have to spend your skill points, but you also have to spend a decent chunk of your cash to level up. You don't get a lot of money. You end every mission with like $1 million, but you only keep like $15,000 to spend on your weapons and things like that.
It makes sense because
it does.
If Pete's at like level 40, but he's probably played twice as much time as us. If it leveled up the way we would want it to, we would be max leveled already.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't really... I mean, yes, we would be able to do everything more stealthy and proper and have things more fleshed out, but would you have really wanted to play it longer than what we have already?
There's a guy online that was talking about strategies for certain things. He's like, I can do jewelry... He goes, I can do Ukrainian job in under a minute flat. And I'm like, that doesn't sound fun.
Exactly.
I was like, yes, that's great for leveling up because you can just grind that over and over again and really level up.
He's not like max level?
No, but it's just like, what's the fun in that, man? Like, I'm okay with doing the same job over and over again just to kind of like, okay, we need to level up just a little bit more, and then we can go tackle a harder job. So that's fine. So we'll do a bunch of the same mission in a row just to kind of like level up. But I want that variety. Every time you play it, it's different. The cops will come from a different location, or something will happen that's a little bit different than the time you played it before. And I have to have that. I can't just keep doing the same thing or get to the point where I'm so efficient at this game that I can do every mission in 10 minutes. Or like that just sounds boring to me.
I really like the option for stealth, Because usually when you first start, you'll suck so bad, and the police will come and just massacre you.
When I finally unlocked a silent pistol, it really, really helped.
Yeah, we did it. We tried the bank jobs, and we almost got in and got everybody sorted out before we even got seen, which was cool.
Yeah, I've tried the bank a handful of times. I've never made it in and set up the drill before a guard noticed me. And
we had the drill set up before they noticed us. We were about a minute into drilling before we lost. It was somebody on the street who used his cell phone. Yeah.
Which would be nice when we finally get one of the EMP guys.
Yeah. Every pedestrian has a cell phone.
Forever.
Really?
No, it's very temporary.
That's the neat thing about the game is everybody has a cell phone. So even if you have everybody in the bank or wherever under control, passerby see you wearing masks with armor on and guns, they're going to call. So you have to be, really kind of all over the place, making sure everybody's tied down. You do have, zip ties to tie people's hands, but you only get 2 of them. You can probably get more later on if you level up. But
on a certain, mask line, I think. Get more. Because zip ties are so goddamn big, you can't carry more than 2.
Yeah, that does seem a little bit strange,
You can carry, 400 of them now.
Yeah, a little pack like this.
And a janitor key ring.
The thing, before we zoom too far past it, with the money, let's say you rob a bank, you get about $2 million on a really good hard bank, or you get $1 million on a lesser one. The reason why you don't get $1 million because the guns they're not accurately priced, but they're close. They're not
a few $100,000.
Yeah, so you can, instead of getting $1 million, I can buy everything now.
Yeah, that's what they said.
It goes into an offshore account, which, according to the narrator, is
it's your retirement fund.
Yes, but in reality, it's like an old school game. Those are your points. Those are your Nintendo game points. That's how you can say I'm better than you because I got.
Yeah, I've got $25 million.
Yeah.
No, you're playing on PC.
25.
Whatever.
Oh,
yeah, you're getting 44. Wow. Remember, you're level 44.
Me and my 86 million.
So, have you went into your safe house lately?
Yeah, nothing's changed.
It's just that little brick of money?
Oh, no, the money...
Or do your money, get bigger?
The money in there is the money you have on hand. So it's a little brick of money, and the more you spend, the
less is there.
So I imagine I probably have quite a big stack. Because you have, $30,000 available? I've got close to 200 because I'm saving up for something.
He wants to get the drill. Or no, the saw.
Yeah, there's a saw in the game that'll just cut through locks and safety deposit boxes almost instantaneously.
Boom saw is ready.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's...
Do you want to hear my Randy Macho Man Savage impression?
No. No.
But, yeah, there's some skill... they really make you push to level up because there's some high-level skills that you want. And that's, you get on that track, and I am dead set on getting this fucking saw. I want to keep playing this game because I want this saw, I want to be able to have open up some more variety to my game, And that's the true hallmark of a great online shooter, that the rewards you get for leveling up mean something.
Looking for planks.
Yeah, looking for planks, yeah.
I went Ghost, and that was not the best choice. Ghost, you can pick safe silently.
Yeah.
It's a lot faster than using a drill, but it's a lot slower than blowing it up, which C4 would do. Ghost was, if you're into silence weapons and things like that, Ghost is fine. Well, you can also bag people you kill and move them out of the way so passerbys don't see them. Oh. But it's not a skill I got even.
What about the money multiplier? Because you do get a money multiplier when you're Ghost. Did you not choose that route, or because that's the first thing I spotted?
I don't remember where it is.
On the left.
I got it. It was like an item multiplier, I think. Up the top thing on the left.
No, it's like the first thing you can select. Yeah, it's one of the first ones.
I must have gotten it.
But
I aced the bottom level.
The only thing I have an issue with in that game is when you get your customization things, it's not always for the gun you're using at all.
Yeah.
It's just random, which is fine. And in the mask things, I've got a couple of masks. I've got a ball gag mask, and I've got the ghost mask.
No, we're talking about in the game, not in real life.
Yeah. But I've got a bunch of materials, and I've got 9 colors. Mm-hmm. So I want a couple masks. Steve, on the other hand, has 7 masks.
I've sold all of them except for 2.
Yeah, he's got a crap load of masks.
I kept the Hanya mask, which is the Japanese devil mask, and I had the Scarecrow mask. It looks like the Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
He's got a really cool mask.
I got the Greek tragedy.
Oh, really? That's kind of neat. Yeah.
I got that one. It's the only one I looked at the other mask. I don't think it's the only one I would ever want.
That's cool. But I think what you're getting to is I have a whole bunch of materials and a whole bunch of masks. I have not gotten a single color since I've gotten the game.
I've got 8 colors.
No, that's all I've gotten since I've played is just colors.
Yep.
No, you got materials.
Is it? I thought.
Yeah, you got materials
last
night.
Materials,
yeah.
Oh,
because you got that
slime.
You got the Inferno one last time. I remember popped out because you unlocked it, and then the next mission I unlocked it.
Cool.
Oh, okay. All right.
But Chris got Christmas colors last night.
I got red and green.
And I would love to have the red and green on my mask because I think it would look really funny.
I don't know what it would do to it because yours just looks like it's like drippy. I don't know.
It's like stitches. It's like it looks like it's fabric. It's all stitched together. It really does look like the Scarecrow mask from Batman Begins.
I've got one that quarters my face into 4, and that looks pretty cool with like every color. And I got the bio. I've got a couple of I've got the bio shield. And
I have one that's just the 2 with the $sign through it from Payday 2. The logo of the game. I have that.
I just unlocked the Dallas mask, which is supposed to be like a really hard, rare unlock.
Yeah, I've gotten 4 rare masks. That you could sell them for like $25,000 a piece.
Yeah, you've got all the original 4 then.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know if you used one. I just got it.
It doesn't do anything for you. What it is it's not painted.
Yeah,
it's just it's a white mask. It's not painted. It's
called like the original. That's what they say.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like your first mask, like when you're first starting out, story wise. It's your first mask.
I don't. Yeah.
I've got oak for material.
I got oak too.
That makes really cool, like the ball gag just in oak. I just want to wear that.
I think would have been really interesting. Maybe it's in there because I'm sure there's masks we haven't seen. I'd love for them to have just a spray painted white William Shatner mask. Which would be. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
No.
That's Jason.
No, the movie Halloween, the original Halloween, his mask is a William Shatner Star Trek mask spray painted white. They bought it at a store.
Really?
Because they couldn't figure out what else to put him in. So that's a Shatner mask spray painted white. That's the Halloween mask.
There is a
Dillinger Nixon mask.
Dillinger death mask.
Dillinger. Oh, cool.
That's like sugar and spice.
Yeah.
There's no president. I guess the first game had Bill Clinton mask. There's no mask like that now.
No.
No, I really want to. I'd like to get like all the presidents together and do a Point Break.
Ted is here. He just walks into the bank. Ted is here. Big Willie's back.
They just give me the money.
I want to do a Point Break.
Honey child, they just give me the money. I'm Big Willie Clinton.
That's like the worst impression.
As someone that has met Bill Clinton, that is a great Bill Clinton impression.
That's not a good impression. He signed something for me.
He didn't sign anything for me. No, I saw him. He was eating a sausage.
A Polish sausage.
Yeah, he was eating a Polish sausage.
I can't even do it that bad.
A Polish sausage. No, he was at the Great New York State Fair.
Yeah, he comes to the fair like every other year. He has a house in Skinny Atlas.
Yep. And he was eating a sausage. He walked by. They had us all like roped off.
Dude,
like you couldn't.
I'd just be like, "You're the man."
Yeah. I was like, high five.
That's right.
High five. Hillary was pissed. No. She was there that year.
It's gonna be great if she becomes president or whatever.
I want her to be fucking president.
No, you do not.
No, just not.
She will rule the world.
Whatever. I just want him to stand behind her and go, eh. It's my turn.
For the people listening, the little thumbs up you get really comes across.
I just want him to just be there again.
No, if she ever becomes president, it's gonna probably drive her insane because people don't care about her. Oh look, there's a president. It's Bill Clinton.
She can rule
President
the
Bill
world
Clinton.
with an iron vagina.
Yeah, nobody.
That's a good movie. There was a Pirates of the Caribbean sequel, I think.
Is there a tangent to our tangent to our tangent? We can get.
Yeah, we're talking about Payday.
Yeah, Payday.
Okay, yes, that's what it was.
And why Payday is the best game out right now.
You should play Payday.
It's pretty damn good.
Because it'll make you go on tangents. The PC. I don't know if you guys play with randoms with the PC. I play with other people.
You want to talk about that?
Ahead.
So I bought the game. The game came out on a Tuesday. I bought it on Thursday, and from Thursday through now, I've gotten in one public match. One. And it was at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and it was all European players. You could not connect to a game. It kept telling you that...
They're trying to fix it.
It kept telling you that lobby was full, despite the fact there was only one person in a lobby, because it would tell you the lobby is full, and then when the map would recycle, that same game would pop up, but it still only had one person. You would get into a lobby, have all 4 players, but the game would never trigger and start.
They've already patched the game, but I don't know what the patch did.
Yeah, because
it make me drop with 10 seconds.
Because the patch is as big as the game. The patch they put out is as big as the game.
Huh.
So they obviously did something, but I don't know what.
It's weird because I've never had a problem on the PC.
I'm sure you wouldn't on PC because it's entirely different architecture on PC. You know.
Anyways, I was going to say, and you might run into it in the future, the people I played with randomly, they are the nicest people.
Yes, the guys I played with were like super nice. There was out of the four of us, I think maybe only two of us had a mic. I had a mic, and then the other guy had a mic, and he was super high. He was super high level, and he was like, "This is what we do. This, and this in that order." And then when you and I did that mission, I was like, "This is what you do in this order." It made everything super easy.
Well, the funny thing is you're not going to have the Call of Duty crowd in there because it's way too hard for the Call of Duty guys.
They're going to
like run outside. They're going to be like, "I can't run outside. What do you mean?" Cops, dead. He's
they take you down so fast.
That was a good
especially you.
Yeah, I did feel bad for Russell when he played with us last night. Chris and I are leveled up with our body armor and our super awesome weapons, and Russell's like in a t-shirt and jean shorts. And
Russell goes, "Are we get better armor?" And I go, "Well, just look at me and Steve, and I've got the wings on my side."
Yeah, he's got 1980s woman power suit shoulder pads on.
They don't...
Only gets better from there.
Like, the visibility thing doesn't really... I mean, unless you walk up to a guy and they're like, "Hey, how you doing there, Mr. Police Officer?" They don't really care. It doesn't,
I just rub up against everybody.
On the outside of my vest.
Just like real life.
In general, yeah. This is actually an intervention, Steve.
There's actually a lot of body rubbing in this game.
Probably like the third or fourth mission me and Steve are doing one night. We're doing the jewelry, and I'm just like, I'm going to go around and Steve's just in front. Shooting fucking everybody. And I was like, okay. Let's go!
My favorite thing to do on the jewelry store is to put my mask on as soon as you start and just shoot the guards through the windows and walk in through the windows, tell everybody to get down and smash every case in there and just grab everything. It's quite satisfying.
It's good when you have four people. Basically, you make a chain, you throw the bag out, you got two people grabbing the bag, throwing them in the van.
You have one guy on crowd control, making sure nobody's up to anything. And
you could actually...
Yep.
I never even thought about doing that because it's just me and you. We're never
like if we do jewelry store, we would have us robbing everything. Russell would be on the street, going back and forth between the street, telling everybody to get down. The cops would never show up. So
I'll be playing on the PC.
You could just play with the three other people who play together here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Pete owns a PlayStation 3, refuses to play this game with his real friends. His real friends that exist in real life. Not Craig with quotation marks and Maryland with quotation marks.
Real.
I've never seen Maryland. I don't know if it's real.
Maryland? What's that?
Maryland.
It's under Pennsylvania. You've been to Pennsylvania. What's under Pennsylvania?
I know Pennsylvania is real. I've been there several times.
Yeah, now you gotta go to New York City.
Yeah, I'll go to New York. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. I am Homer Simpson. I refuse to go to New York City.
You're going.
I don't want to go. I've turned down every opportunity in my life to ever go to New York City. Zero interest whatsoever in ever going to New York City. And now I gotta go to Long Island. And here's the thing. Like, New York City, alright, I guess. But I gotta go fucking Long Island. Like, who the fuck wants to be in Long Island?
Through New York City.
Yeah, but who wants to be in Long Island? The people in Long Island don't want to be in Long Island.
Yeah, they do. They just don't know anything else.
I guess.
Wait, the radio stations aren't the same?
Coffee! If I hear that one fucking time while I'm down there, it's over with.
You better roll up your windows.
Yeah, I know. When I was in Boston, I was like, you all sound like Ted Kennedy. This is kind of funny. You sound like Mayor Quimby. Say it, Frenchie Chowder. They hated us. We were in Boston for a week, and they're like, just fucking go back. Just don't be around here.
Oh, people hate you, Steve?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I have no idea why anybody would think I'm a loudmouth asshole.
Yeah, Payday's awesome. The shotgun rules.
I have an AK-47 and it mows through everything. It's fantastic.
I just bought the Desert Eagle.
I have the beginning stuff, and I get
which they call the Digital gun.
It's probably because it's a
you can't. Desert Eagle is branded, so it's always D-Eagle in
games. They just call it 5.0.
I know. Yeah, 5.0. A 5 caliber gun.
You know what I mean. Just call it something better.
Pew! Yeah. Pew! Oh, you touched me. Oh, headshot, but I'm still alive.
It bounced.
Be like an airsoft gun.
It's like that gun you shot your eye out with.
I didn't shoot my eye out!
You unlocked that in Payday. You unlocked the Red Ryder BB gun in Payday.
I hate you so much.
It's hidden behind the desk, and the drunk father with the bowling ball in his crotch pulls it out. Go dress up in your bunny outfit, son!
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes. I watched it the entire 24 hours one year on Christmas.
And Steve has never been the same.
No, I do love that movie though. Fragile.
My favorite thing is the mashed potatoes.
Those look good. They look good.
Which is a little piggy.
It's a major award. There's a bowling alley in there. What do you mean there's a bowling alley in there? It's the key. It's the deed.
My mother hasn't had a hot meal in 8 years.
Okay. My father works in profanities like a painter works in fine oils.
We've gone completely from Payday 2 to A Christmas Story.
Would you like to hear my Christmas Story impression?
Yes.
My name is Scott Farkas. I got yellow eyes, and later on I was the younger brother on Titus. And on that note, we're going to end what we've been playing, and we'll be back in just a minute with some news.
It starts playing that.
Show my knee to Steve.
I'm recording.
And the Octagon ends.
Yeah. Bring the porn music back up on your cell phone. And with that, we're back with more of this podcast. This completely on rails, hasn't been on a tangent podcast.
It's all tangent. This is the Tangent Podcast.
Yeah. I love it. You stop it. And we
welcome to the Octagon cast. Oh, well, there's only 4 of us, so I guess it would be
it's a square.
Dodecahedron
We are not
cast.
in the fuck shop. It is not the Octagon.
Welcome to the fuck shop.
Oh, God.
We're just going to talk about the 2 Live Crew for the rest of this podcast. What's your favorite 2 Live Crew song? Is it Get the Fuck Out of My House? Because that's a great one.
I only know a few, and I don't know them anymore.
That's as bad as they want to be.
I know that one.
Well, that's the name of the album.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's talk about Nintendo.
Okay.
I'm going to bring up my notes. So, the Wii U has only sold 160,000 systems during the first 3 months of this year. 4 of them went to us.
So there's a quarter of them.
Yeah, there's a quarter of them. It's being outsold by the Wii, which during the same time period has sold 210,000 systems. 1.03 million Wii U games have been sold during that time period, compared to 3.67 million Wii games. Here's the funny thing. What the fuck has come out on the Wii this year that's actually being sold?
Nothing. It's just cheap.
Yeah, it's just old budget games, probably. If you want to talk about their other system, the 3DS has sold 1.4 million systems. Here you go, 11.01 million games. It's pretty good for a handheld.
It's a good attach rate.
Yeah, that's
even the 1 million games to the 160,000 is not bad.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people buying more than one game on that system during a short period of time.
People who play Call of Duty should look at that.
Yeah. Nintendo is really banking on the fact that they're going to have a strong end of the year for the Wii U. Games that are coming out that are either out now. Of course, they weren't out when we tried to do this episode 4 fucking weeks ago. But Pikmin 3, Wind Waker HD, Wii Party U, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and Super Mario 3D World and Wii Fit U are all either out or coming out later this year. There's nothing on that list that I really think is going to make people run out and buy a Wii U.
Wait, Mario Kart's not coming out this year?
Not this year. It's next spring.
Fuckholes.
I think that next spring is supposed to be Smash Brothers and Mario Kart 8.
So they're going to do them back to back?
Probably.
Hi, where's Metroid?
Oh, and the Metroid's never happening.
So
play Arkham Origins Blackgate, because that's the Metroid team.
Oh, right.
Go play that. Apparently, that's supposed to be pretty good.
So with Wii Fit U, are you going to stand on your gamepad?
I mean, that's how I'm playing Splinter Cell, and it's where I'm more stealthy that way. I play the game barefoot. It helps reduce noise.
You play with your toes.
No, that's weird. That's weird. Don't. That's weird. Out of all the stuff we've talked about so far tonight, that's crossing a line. It's just dude, it's really creepy. It's wildly inappropriate, I think, for the content and tone we're trying to get.
We probably all have bad feet.
The timbre of this podcast. I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer. My feet are fucked up.
Yeah, we're 4 big dudes. It's going to be ugly.
We just went to feet.
Foot thing.
Nintendo feet. Nintendo defeat. I just point this out one more time.
I asked if we could play Wii Fit with your feet. That's all.
Yeah, it's creepy. Stop it. I would like it if you stopped. But Nintendo's really got to make some changes because PS4 and Xbox One are coming out later this year.
I get that Zelda is going to sell a couple systems, but you got to have something new that's better than those. Like,
okay,
I
Super
know
Mario, 3D World.
It's not. No, it's not.
We're not interested in it.
No, we're interested in it, but we own the system. Yeah. And if I didn't own the system,
it's not going to make
it's not going to make me buy it. I already just said an hour ago, I have no fucking clue why I bought that system. There's games I want to play on it, but none of them are going to make me out and go buy a system. You know what's going to go make me buy a system? Heavy Rain.
Mario Kart
8. LA Noire, or something like that. I'll give you that. Mario Kart 7 and Super Mario 3D World are why I bought my 3DS. Yeah. So I'll give you that. But for the most part, it's got to be something really new and innovative that can only be found on that system, like a Heavy Rain for a PS3. If I didn't already own a PS3 at the time, I would have bought it. You know why I bought my PS3? Uncharted. Yeah. It's a game like that, it makes you... Yeah, it's something new.
It's like the reason I bought my Wii U, and probably the reason he bought his Wii U, Zombie U.
Zombie U.
And guess what? Ubisoft is not going to make the sequel.
Yeah.
They pretty much already said it.
I imagine they will.
Yeah, but for the PS4 and the Xbox One.
I don't know. I think they'll probably... I think
it'll be on the Wii U, but it's going to be made for the other two consoles.
Though, because most of the time you have to use...
It doesn't matter. You can use second screen.
Yeah, you can use your tablet.
You can use your
Android device. Or iPhone.
How about I use my goddamn controller?
Yeah, I know. How about I use my controller to play a fucking game for once?
No, I'm perfectly fine with all the second screen stuff because I own a Vita and so does Steve. And
well, yeah, I own a Vita as well, but I don't own like a tablet.
I'm already running into the Wii U. I have two eyes that only look in the same direction. I can't make one eye go cockeyed, so I can keep an eye on one thing and an eye on the other. You know, I gotta be able to focus on. I can shoot milk out of my tear ducts. I've got to be able to look at what I'm paying attention to. I can't just do it. Where I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna look at the. I can't.
Look at the screen.
Yeah. What screen? What fucking screen?
No, they tell you that usually. Yeah. Look at the screen.
Yeah, in Splinter Cell, it's like, dummy, look down. Yeah. Look down. Hey. Now's the time to look down. Sam Fisher's like, look down.
Hey, move it down a little bit. Use the little speaker in the thing. Hey, over here, asshole.
Oh, actually, I leave the
Navi.
I leave the speaker
with Navi's voice.
I have to turn the speaker off.
Oh, really?
The controller it just echoes.
Oh, really?
If you leave the speaker on the controller and the TV, it's just this weird delay echo. It's
a little ding ding ding.
It's just weird. Yeah, I don't like it. Here's the thing though about Nintendo. This is the only time in the history of video games that Nintendo has been behind. You say what you want about the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii generation of consoles. Nintendo fucking won, and you can't.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Period. The GameCube.
But they were never out of it.
They were really.
Got their ass kicked.
They were never out of it.
I bet the Xbox outsold the GameCube.
No.
I would be very. It would be very close. The PlayStation 2.
Yeah, dominated. Basically, I looked at the stats for the first 6 months of GameCube versus Wii U, and it was close. Wii U is still behind.
I mean, the only thing that we're selling is 3DS games.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Payday,
the thing we don't have. The thing with Nintendo, they don't need to be the best.
No.
Sony is the one that needs to be the best. Microsoft is Microsoft. They got money coming out of their ass.
Call of Duty.
And then Nintendo has the handheld market just cornered, and I know that.
No, that's fine.
It's not. I mean, the Vita is a nicer handheld, great. And to be honest, I don't really like playing with two screens.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of miss one screen.
The redesign.
You win. The Xbox sold 3 million more units than the GameCube did.
Yeah, I know it was close.
So you win.
But the thing between the Vita and the 3DS is they should have redesigned the 3DS and took off the 3D. Just called Big Beautiful DS. I don't know.
But this is the point I'm getting to. Even with the GameCube, say what you want about the GameCube. Nintendo was never that far behind.
Yeah.
They're going to get annihilated when the PS4 and Xbox One comes out. This is what I'm curious about. Nintendo has tricks up their sleeve. They are the crafty video game company in the world. They have done more innovation with video games than anybody else.
Well, the DS sucked for 2 years.
They will pull something. This is when they start pulling out the big guns, I think. This is when you start seeing them going, we're going to pull out every fucking franchise known to man and make new games.
They're going to pull them out, and guess what? They're going to put them on the fucking 3DS.
They might, But you know what? Money is money. If you're making more money on your handheld than you are on your console, then that's where you make your money.
Then let the console die.
Yeah, the thing.
I just bought it.
I know, but it's dead in the water.
I can't. I gotta have games.
I have one too.
Donkey Kong. I want my Donkey Kong.
You don't get Donkey Kong.
You'll get it.
Donkey Kong.
It's a gorilla. Shouldn't be called a donkey.
You'll get your Donkey Kong on PlayStation 4 in a few years, apparently. The way it's going.
God, Nintendo
will never.
They won't go under. The handheld is too powerful.
It's unstoppable.
If they have to and they shift from being consoles to handheld, fine. Then they're gonna destroy in the handheld market. So I'll have a wall full of 3DS games. I don't fucking care.
I just want to see if this forces them to do something crazy.
They're not going to. They've been lazy for the past 2 years.
They're starting to go in the right direction.
They are.
Putting Earthbound out, putting Rekka Summer Carnival out, these really rare and hard to find games get people talking about their thing. Like they just put Shantae out.
Harvest Moon got released too.
Yeah, Harvest Moon.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's on the Virtual Console. Yep.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Yeah, I mean they're starting to do some interesting stuff. I think that they've got to adapt to a more modern.
Get their asses in gear.
Well,
I mean that too.
This is the reason why they're not bringing out the Smash Brothers or Mario Kart now. They're waiting till after. They can't compete
at Christmas time
straight against the 1 and the 4, which doesn't make any sense. The 41s.
I mean the smartest thing they could do right now would be next spring you do a bundle. You get the Wii U with Nintendo Land, Super Mario Brothers U, and Smash Brothers. That would fucking sell. No doubt about it, that would sell.
But they'd make them digital, and you're not going to get all 3 on one console.
It's just, I mean, it's Smash Brothers is what it needs. What's going to start moving stuff?
Any Smash Brothers need a new Mario that's different.
Yeah.
How about a Mario 64 style game where it's actually like
open world? And I'm going to tell you what everybody says. That's what 3D Land is, but to me, it's not.
Not really.
No, that's not what 3D Land is. It just has a little bit.
Tell me
they're wrong.
3D Land is New Super Mario Bros. With a wider.
It's the 3D. It's the 3DS game. It's.
Oh yeah,
that's all it is.
3D Land. Yeah.
Yeah, 3D Land. That's all it is.
No,
it has a little bit of the Super Mario 64 stuff, but not a lot. If they really wanted
the sequel to Mario 64.
I'll tell you right now, and you're gonna think I'm just saying this because it's my favorite game. You want to do something crazy? I want a real fucking sequel to Mario RPG. Yeah. People would buy that shit up in droves.
They didn't make it.
It doesn't matter if they didn't make it. They had the talent to make that game. They can make
RPG.
They can make that game.
They couldn't even. They screwed up Paper Mario.
It doesn't matter. It's a different kind of game.
They fucking ruined Paper Mario.
Yeah, but that's the thing is they do Paper Mario. That was an RPG originally.
There's 2 different types of Paper Mario. There's Paper Mario and Super Paper Mario. Paper Mario is an RPG. Super Paper Mario.
All right, you know what you do then? You know what you do then? Nintendo goes deep into their coffers because they have the money. You buy Atlas. And you have them develop Mario RPG 2. The internet fucking explodes, and everybody buys it.
They couldn't do it. There's no way.
Atlas
makes way too dark of games.
Mario
RPG wouldn't be dark.
I'd pay to see like a really dark, gritty Mario.
What do you mean about their dark games? They do a ton of shit for Nintendo.
Atlas?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they do a lot of
stuff. They do a lot of... All of the Shin Megami Tensei games are on Nintendo?
They're dark games. They're hard, dark, gritty. Mario is...
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they can't make...
like a little dance and
Persona 4 is pretty fucking lighthearted.
I know.
There's no reason why they can't make a Mario RPG game.
But in the end, Mario dies.
Nintendo isn't like that anymore. They're
going to have to be.
It's a shooter. You can't get a shooter anymore.
They're going to have to be like that, though. Yeah. But you can't complain about Metroid being a shooter because everybody was fucking sick of Metroid-style games at the time. Now everybody wants it back. See, that's the thing. They were sick of it at the time because Symphony of the Night came out, and everybody was like, oh, let's jerk off Symphony of the Night. Metroid, if they do another Metroid game, it better be different, so they give you a different one. They milk it a little bit too long. Yeah. You know, they go a little bit too far with it because by the time Other M came out, everybody was like, we're done with this. And now everybody wants to go back to the old style. Right. They have to give people what they want. You know, that's the thing. You really do have to give the people that buy your stuff what they want. A lot of times they're dumb and wrong, but if that's what they want and that's what they're going to spend their money on, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing with Nintendo in general, failure's an option. Failure's always an option, and it doesn't faze them.
No.
The Virtual Boy, I don't think that was a blip.
The GameCube.
The game, you can't say the GameCube is a failure.
It has some great, as a whole, when you're looking back, it has some great games.
It's some fucking amazing
games. When that system came out, it was shit.
It was a Mario Golf machine.
Yeah, I mean, the game it launched with was Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Christ, I mean, Nintendo, when they fuck up big, like the Super Nintendo CD add-on that turned into the PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to go with Philips now. You can do whatever you want with what you worked on that we paid for.
But, I mean, Nintendo
paid for it, too?
Nintendo paid for it.
Nintendo's done some crazy stuff I
hope Nintendo's fine. I don't want Nintendo to go away.
They're never going to go away.
Because if they go away, Microsoft's going to buy them, and that's going to be the fucking end of it.
They can't buy Nintendo.
They got more money than Sony.
They can't buy Nintendo. Nintendo will never be up for sale.
I hope not.
They've made so many things besides video games over the years, they would just eventually go to something else. Yeah. I mean, I
want Nintendo to succeed. I do.
I mean, during the 70s, Nintendo was selling out, like, sex cabs. You know, they drove you around to the different love hotels in Japan.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. Well, you just explained it, so yes, but I've never heard of this before.
Fucking Christ. Oh my God. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Go back to Maryland. Just don't come back ever. The biggest mistake I've made in the past month is driving you to get your rental car.
I could have gotten a rental car without you.
You would have walked a long ways.
I would have walked a long ways, yes.
All right. Anyway, any other thoughts on Nintendo before we move on?
I like Nintendo.
I like Nintendo too.
Nintendo's good.
Nintendo for
they don't have any other franchise.
What is it? Touching is good.
They need to bring back the Wizard. They need to update it.
The Wizard.
The Wizard with Fred Savage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Fred Savage and the lead singer of Rilo Kiley and Bo Bridges and Christian Slater.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Christian Slater. Yeah.
I fucking love Christian Slater. Like, he's made some really good movies. Pump Up the Volume is awesome. I mean, he's done some I really like Christian Slater. If I ever wrote, like, a movie, I would want Christian Slater to be in it. And I think he's at the point in his career. Well, I'm thinking he's at the point in his career where I could actually, like, legitimately get in a movie I'm making.
A TV show that had, like, 4 episodes last year.
Yeah. I mean, that show was on for 3 years. The one on Fox. Christian Slater I love Christian Slater.
He's okay. He was good in Robin Hood.
He's good in everything.
Got a free idea for Nintendo?
Heathers. Pump Up the Volume. Cuffs. The bad guy in Cuffs wears a t-shirt with his own face on it. Never been able to figure that out. Cuffs is on Netflix right now.
Might have to watch.
K-U-F-F.
Is he wearing a mask with his face on?
No, he's wearing a t-shirt, and the t-shirt has a poorly screened-on picture of his face. Nice. Not Christian Slater, it's whoever's playing the bad guy. And I'm watching this movie. The first time I ever watched it was like 4 o'clock in the morning on like HBO Zone. So it's like that weird bootleg HBO you get when you have digital cable. And I'm just like, the fuck is this movie? Take a picture of his face! This movie is great!
How old is it?
Like 91 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's good Christian Slater.
Yeah, it's good Christian Slater.
Go ahead, Pete.
Oh, really? I don't have anything to add about Christian Slater, so let me go on a tangent.
Hard Rain.
You son of a bitch.
That's a good movie. Yeah. Blue Diamond Phillips.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, I forgot Morgan Freeman's in that.
How about the Heathers?
We already talked about Heathers.
Oh, fuck you guys. Anyways, Nintendo. Pokemon.
That's it.
Wii U.
Yeah,
bam.
You know what it is? It's not Pokemon. Make a true Pokemon.
No, yeah, I'm not saying the other one. Make an actual Pokemon game.
Hello,
here's the
Pokemon
other thing.
Coliseum.
Number 2.
Well, did you see the thing? There's that footage leaked that looks like a Pokemon Coliseum game.
But I want
a
real Pokemon game on my fucking Wii.
Yeah. Number 2. Apparently, like you don't need a portal for the Wii U for the Disney one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Really? There's a signal that emits out of the
pad.
Yeah.
Pokemon cards. Right on the pad with a little chip in them.
No, who the hell's going to go out and buy Pokemon cards?
Well, you can buy little Pokemon dolls and do it. You can make just a whole fucking rip off that whole style.
Dude, that sells right Pokemon. There. You figured it out.
Yep. Nintendo,
Pete, you market it, bitch.
Iwata is listening right now. These guys are fucking onto something. You gotta get past all the weird Octagon shit, but I'm pretty sure they're onto something with the Pokemon.
Well, let's try the Octagon thing first, though.
Yeah. Reggie, I need you to get on this Octagon idea.
Reggie's so strong he can move all their arms at once.
It's just a whip. You're doing the wave? It's just a whip. Devo comes on to the stereo, and it's just a wave around.
Devo? Whip it?
That was the fucking Monsters theme song it sounded like. The Addams Family. No, Whip It is... Wait, no, that's not Whip It either. That's fucking Smooth Criminal. Or that's Beat It. Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Good job.
Now, quick, do your Devo impression.
No. And Mark Mothersbaugh impression did all the music for Rugrats.
The guy from Devo?
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyways,
all right, what do we got?
The only franchise Nintendo hasn't tapped yet is Ice Climbers, I think, too.
Oh, they'll bring that back in a big way. It's gonna be Dark Souls style.
No, I like it to be like cliffhanger, you know, like, oh no, I gotta save you, and you're falling. And,
if any of you guys had watched Game of Thrones, I'd make a reference you would understand. It would be the whole episode where they're just climbing the wall of ice.
That's all. It sounds really self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I bet you they climb a wall.
But you
have
to understand the significance of the wall.
I bet you it's made of ice.
It is.
It's big.
It's a big
and
deal.
There's something on top that
nope, there's nothing on. Nope.
Maybe it's like personal.
You just have to get over it.
Yeah.
It separates the White Walkers from humanity.
Yeah, fuck the White Walkers. Or
yeah,
fuck humanity.
Fuck the White Walkers. When the fat guy found out that his pieces of stone in his pocket, the pieces of stone in the pocket kill the White Walkers, he's like, oh shit.
Fuck Skywalker.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker's a dick.
Yeah, really?
Which is great because the next news story is about Star Wars. So this is a perfect transition. We had that planned. Russell and I right here, One Eye and I got this locked down tonight. The plan is now for Battlefront 3 to launch summer 2015.
Perfectly fine.
Do you know what the reason is? Because that's when Disney is releasing the new movie.
Yeah, that's what your note said. So I kind of knew what the reason was.
The people at home listening to this don't know what my reasoning is.
Well, they can't answer you. Okay, now pause the video, type a comment in, I'll read it, respond, then restart the video in about 3 days.
I'm going to edit this so it makes you sound like you said, I love dicks.
I love dicks.
Yeah.
I try to make it easy.
There you go, you just said it.
Pete, you were trying to say it. You just said it. Now it's self-explanatory. You're redundant.
Pete's getting replaced by the Peanuts person.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah. Every time it's Pete's supposed to speak, that's all it is.
Just adults.
I'm fine. I can't wait for the Battlefront game.
It's gonna suck.
Come on. They can't screw it up.
It's DICE. It's gonna be good. Even if it's not Battlefront, it's gonna be...
Did anybody else notice in the notes I wrote Star Wars Battlefield?
Yeah, I did. It's all the same. The way you wrote it, I don't know if you thought it, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere tied into the film. I think it's
it won't be.
Yeah, let's just jump on the.
It'll have levels based on shit from the new movie.
It might be DLC, even
something like that.
LucasArts not going to give them the.
They just got to show off something that's not Hoth or Endor.
Oh, it's going to be Hoth.
I know we have that in the game. But you gotta have some other shit. Star Wars is big. There's multiple. There's like more than one planet. There's more than one planet. So you show.
Well, they'll be on Kashyyyk, but it's basically Endor anyways.
Yeah, I want to see
with giant Ewoks.
The best thing they could do is have a trailer come out where you're in the Death Star as it's being blown up, and shit's like falling down, and you're running down a hallway, but all of a sudden you can't because it's caving in, and you have
seen the Death Star blow up. And look,
Russell, the Death Star blowing up
Jesus
tattoo.
Fucking Christ!
What is it?
The Death Star tattoo. Remember? I showed you the picture. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nope, I remember.
Let's keep it to ourselves.
I showed Russell a picture. I come out of the bathroom and I go, look at this. Show
weird.
my phone.
That happens way too often in your life too.
Yeah.
Comes out of the bathroom, grabs me, hand still wet. Here, look at this.
No, actually, it wasn't my phone. It was my Vita. And Russell goes, and he just kind of looks at it and he goes, "Is that what I think it is?" Yep. A girl has a picture of the Death Star, the
exploding.
The ship flying away from the Death Star, right above her vagina. Russell goes, "Yep."
The position Chris just adjusted to in his chair to gesture that was fantastic.
Oh, it was perfect. That's right where it was.
It was. Russell's like, "What?" Just laughs.
I'm gonna go to a tattoo shop and ask for that. Next on our news story list, I don't think anybody else paid attention to this besides me because I think I might be the only person excited about this. Pete, did you look at this?
I love horrors. Is that what this is about?
footage from Horror of the Orient has leaked, and now what Horror of the Orient is this is the game being made by a lot of ex-Team Bondi employees. Team Bondi was the developer that made LA Noire, so it's got that facial technology. And it looks really cool.
Rockstar said they'd never work with them again.
Well, Rockstar was the company that fucked them all up.
They took forever.
Well, when you were working in horrible working conditions and ended up filing a lawsuit,
All I know is it took them forever, and that's why.
Yeah, being forced to work 21-hour days and not being able to talk to your family while you were working is,
It's like working for EA, then.
Yeah, working for EA. You just get chained to your desk. From what I can...
The thing is when you first told me this game, I was like, oh, Horror of the Orient. That sounds cool. And then he writes it down, and I was like, that says Horror of the Orient. Even better.
What did you think I said?
Horror.
Horror of the Orient.
I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Like a train thing.
Yeah.
No.
You mean like Agatha Christie?
No, whatever.
The Horror of the Orient is it's a story. Yeah, it's a story that they're adapting. It looks basically exactly the same as LA Noire. The footage they showed was a character running, and it looked exactly like the chase sequences in LA Noire.
It had to be like an alpha footage.
Oh, it's this. They've said this game is 4 years away from being finished.
I know you're not going to agree with me on this. I hope it's something more than LA Noire was. I didn't, walk in, inspect stuff, whatever, and it was not.
And from what I've heard, this game is going to focus a lot on hand-to-hand combat, and they showed quite a bit of cover-based shooting in this leaked footage. LA Noire, there's a lot of people that don't like it, and I understand why people don't like it. I will defend it forever. I think it is a pinnacle of video game technology. I think it is something that should be looked upon as one of the best examples of what video games can be. I think it's one of the greatest games of the past 20 years. I think it's phenomenal in every stretch of the imagination. I think LA Noire it's not a perfect game by any means. It's got a lot of flaws, but what it does right, it does really right. And I think the game is tremendous. And I can't recommend it enough. So if this game is even 1/10 of that, it'll be a good game. I just don't think it's ever coming out. I don't think this game will ever see the light of day. Number one, nobody's going to release a game with the word horror in it, so they're going to have to change the name of the game.
Naughty Word of the Orient. Come on, not a chuckle.
They could change it to what is it? What's the older word for horror? Like courtesan?
Like Lady of the Night?
Lady of the Night? What is
Lady
it?
of the Night
of the Orient.
Night Bitch, yeah. Night Bitch the game. No, it would be like, Trickster of the Night. I don't know.
They're illusions, Michael. Arrested Development? Oh, come on, you guys are fuckers.
Okay, I got it.
Coruscant. No, that's Star Wars. No, I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they would have to change the name. I just don't know if it's going to sell. What are they going to put this on? Because the problem is, they
It's
push.
going to have to be a PC game.
Yeah, I mean, they pushed the limits of the PlayStation 3 with LA Noire. I mean, they pushed it to the max. And this, could they even do this on the PS4 or the Xbox One? I mean, it's pretty ambitious.
It's a ways off.
I mean, it's pretty ambitious from what I've seen. I don't think it's ever getting made, and that kind of sucks because those guys are talented. They deserve to make another game. Next up, speaking of games like this, I want to talk about Grand Theft Auto Online. That fucking blew me away when I saw that trailer. That looks awesome.
I mean, it looks like Grand Theft Auto 5 a second time that's completely different.
Yeah, it's kind of like an MMO.
Yeah.
Only you're not paying every month.
Yeah.
It's great. Sign me up.
Is it persistent?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the question is how it's going to work if they make it too easy to earn money in the game, because you use money to buy weapons and
real
vehicles and real estate. Make it too easy to earn money, it's going to get old fast. If they make it too hard to earn money, it's going to get old fast. You have to have kind of a perfect medium, and it needs to be like Payday 2, because if you rob a bank in this game and you get $3 million, you can buy stuff, everything, then it's going to be crappy. So they got to somehow...
Yeah, I'm curious.
Is it like smaller servers, or is everybody like jump into one world?
I assume they're going to have separate servers.
Different groups.
Maybe you'll get a few thousand people on each one, I mean, the city's only so big.
Yeah, well, that's my thing. Is like, if you're going to buy everything instantly,
the way it sounded, like the city gets bigger and bigger over time.
I'm assuming this is going to replace DLC. You won't see a Ballad of Gay Tony. You'll see crazy stuff for GTA Online. They said they've got a very lengthy plan of how this is going to work with new content added weekly. They said it's something like at the beginning of GTA Online, there's 600 missions for you to do, I think, something like that. Now, you can go in the game and play Team Deathmatch and stuff like that. You can go and do free roam like you did in Red Dead Redemption.
So they're expanding the Red Dead idea.
Yeah, but there's a whole story with characters that you interact with just like the base game. Right. And you can do it with your friends.
I'm going to watch this trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting.
Now, the question I have that we'll not find an answer to until it comes out, I wonder if, like, rob a bank mission or whatever, the stuff like that, if it's going to be instanced and it's going to be, you meet up at the spot and you go off server to do this, or if it's going to be there's 4 gangs in a line waiting for the bank to respawn.
I'm guessing that it's going to be...
I know what I said.
I'm guessing it's going to be... you'll get to that story part, and you'll go into the same bank heist planning thing in the base game, and you'll do that on your own. You will separate yourself from everybody else and run it. Because otherwise, there would just be a line of people waiting, especially if it all triggers at the same time. Or just a bunch
of people running in at the same time.
Yeah, it would just... I think they would have to separate. I'm guessing...
got 75 cents and the police are shooting at me.
Yeah, I'm guessing every time there's like a cutscene kind of story element, that's when you'll separate and you're on your own with whoever's in your party, I guess. Nice. But it looks really ambitious. This is their thing where if they keep this going, this could be huge. But the problem is how are they monetizing it? You can't keep doing something like this and not get anything out of it, because eventually the prices are going to drop on this game. And if somebody can buy this game 2 years from now for $15 and get the same thing as everybody that paid the $60 up front, can you really afford to keep it going at that point?
See, I'm not really up on it, but like I know Halo 4 does it with Spartan Ops. Is Spartan Ops something you have to pay for?
No.
So it's free. Like they give out weekly stuff for it.
It's nowhere near the depth or scope of Grand Theft Auto here, though.
But they're giving out stuff though, content constantly. And that's what I think. That's
they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to do microtransactions with GTA Online. They're gonna have to, just for the sake of being able to keep
that persistent world alive for that long. Yeah, you have to.
Because I mean, theoretically, this takes them to GTA 6. 8 years from now or whatever. Whenever it comes out.
Or GTA 5 on the PlayStation.
But I am really looking forward to making this the thing I play for a while. Because the smartest thing they're doing is this does not unlock until 30 days after the game comes out. And that's the smartest thing they could do, because that way I can play the base game, enjoy it, have some time to kind of digest it. After the story's done, I can run around and do whatever I want, and then I can get into this without having to worry about splitting my time.
Yeah, or have people so far ahead of you.
Yeah. You jump into it, and somebody's level 9,000, and you suck. And it's no fun, and then you don't want to play.
They have a sniper rifle from the penthouse, and they just pick off the noobs.
It's like these kids who came in the other day, and they said their friend had not played the actual game in The Last of Us. All they did was play the multiplayer.
I can understand that, There's people that do that.
I don't get it, but that game is like an epic.
I understand.
I mean, it's a shitty game, and he wanted to just get it over with. So
I understand.
You pull the Band-Aid
buying
off.
a game and playing only for the multiplayer. That's what I do with the Call of Duty when I buy it, which is it's often
I'm all about the story.
Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I want to know what finds out to Soap.
Soap, I think Soap died.
I'm pretty sure everybody's dead in that game.
Is
Ghost, Ed Harris still alive?
I thought Ghost died, but I think Ghost is coming back.
Ed Harris plays Ed Harris in Call of Duty.
Was Ed Harris playing Ed Harris playing Pollock?
Yeah.
Playing Pollock.
Playing Pollock. Just an abusive alcoholic.
That's funny.
Fuck you, protagonist from Call of Duty. Alright, next on the list, I want to talk about the fact that we now have, set in stone, our launch lineups for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. During the lead up to us recording this, PlayStation 4 has officially announced they're releasing on Friday, November 15th in North America, and Xbox One is still just listed as November, so we'll find out, I'm sure, at a later date. Maybe they announce at Tokyo Game Show, maybe they just announce on their website one day what day
they're probably just going to have a press conference. Yeah. It's coming soon.
I think they might just send out a letter to IGN and Kotaku, be like, hey, just put this run the story at 12:01 a.m.
Why didn't they release it at Gamescom? They were there.
They didn't even live stream their press conference. They had a press conference at Gamescom, but they didn't live stream it.
Probably upset they're only releasing about 3 countries.
Yeah.
What is it, 13 countries?
What? It's going down by the day, isn't it?
Are they running? Do they really have no systems for sale? What's the deal?
I think it's they can't secure the internet connectivity. They need at least
their 300,000 servers that they're gonna have.
There's 9.7 trillion transistors, or whatever the fuck it is.
I got 67 vacuum tubes for my server.
Yeah.
They're more computing power than all the computers in the world in 1999.
Yeah, no shit. I've got more computing power than the entire world in my iPhone from 1999.
That statement was just terrible.
But here's your launch lineup. Now, this is day one. This is not launch window. Launch window obviously expands. These are games that you could buy day one when your system comes out. For PlayStation 4, you have Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Contrast, DC Universe Online, Drive Club, which will be free if you have PlayStation Plus, which is required, FIFA 14, Just Dance 2014, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Lego Marvel, Madden 25, Minecraft, NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14, Need for Speed Rivals, Playroom, Resogun, Skylanders Swap Force, Tiny Brains, Warframe, War Thunder, and Watch Dogs.
That's funny because NBA Live 4
is never coming. It's never fucking coming out.
They're gonna cancel that one.
They've been trying to get that game out for 3 years now. That game's been canceled twice.
Just let it die.
It's not coming out.
Stop putting money into it. Fuck.
Here's your Xbox One list. Again, day one that you will be able to play: Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Crimson Dragon, which is the Dragoon style game, Dead Rising 3, which surprised me, FIFA 14, Fighter Within, which is Ubisoft's new game, Forza 5, Just Dance 2014, Killer Instinct, they confirmed that every character will be $5, Lego Marvel, Loco Cycle, Madden 25, NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14, which isn't coming out, Need for Speed Rivals, Peggle 2, which is exclusive to Xbox One only for a short period of time, it will be out on everything else, Power Star Golf, Rise, Skylanders Swap Force, Watch Dogs, Zoo Tycoon, which is a retail game.
Really?
And Zumba Fitness 2014.
Like a $60 retail game?
Yes, it is a $60 retail game.
What?
Yep. Damn. Go figure that one out.
It could be maybe you get a free giraffe with it.
But I'm looking at this list and I'm thinking of looking at exclusives. We're kind of unapologetic, 3/4 of us PlayStation 3 fans. They have the more appealing launch lineup no matter what way you look at it. I hate Killzone, but I will take Killzone over Rise.
Yeah.
Knack is going to be great.
That's going to be the most underrated game.
Yeah, Knack.
By far.
Yeah.
Knack is going to be great.
Drive Club will be just as good as Forza, probably. And
Chris played it. He liked it.
Yeah. They have no idea who he is, so that's wonderfully relevant for everybody.
He's the Sony rep.
Yeah. And the other stuff is basically coming out on both systems. Lego Marvel looks cool, but it's coming out on both. Assassin's Creed 4 I'll play, but it's coming out on both. Watch Dogs is coming out on everything. Need for Speed's coming out on everything. NBA 2K14 is coming out on everything. Same with FIFA. Xbox gets Dead Rising 3, which, that's a pretty big one. But a lot of people are pretty negative on it, and it might not be that good.
Yeah, because they're taking away the looking fun part of it. At least they haven't showed anything yet. Maybe
they've showed that there is a lot of humor in the game, but it's at the same time it's a much more serious.
Well, turn the lights on. It doesn't even need to fucking brown.
Yeah,
brown and gray.
Everything is brown and gray.
Yeah.
But their timed exclusives aren't that great. Peggle 2, that's not a system seller.
Yeah.
It's coming out on other stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about. I need my Peggle.
Oh, I love Peggle. I love Peggle.
I don't know if you guys saw how many characters you think are in the Killer Instinct release.
I probably should have clicked the read more portion of that little story, but is it 4?
4 characters at launch, I believe.
Really?
I think that's what it said. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it said just 4 characters.
It's $5 a character. I think it's $20 for everything, which you're just pay your $20.
I was about to say, that's kind of.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing, though. Let's say they do the $20. Let's say that gets you up to 20 characters. What if they want to start doing more?
Then you're going to pay $5.
You're going to pay $5 a character, which is overpriced. for a character in a fighting game. I'm sorry, that's overpriced.
That's what they pay for Injustice characters.
Now, I know that runs into the Skullgirls thing, where Skullgirls, when
you can't call it free to play and then charge $5 a character.
But here's the thing: Skullgirls did a Kickstarter to add new characters to the game. They broke down how much it costs to put a new character into a fighting game.
$170,000.
Not fucking cheap, because it's really difficult because you have to rewrite the whole game because you have to add balances and everything. So it's really difficult. So $5 helps them make their money back. I don't want to pay $5 for 30 fucking characters. It's stupid.
It's gonna be way
especially
more
when
than
the
it
new
did
Street
cost.
Fighter's going to be out. Why on earth am I going to play this dumbass version of Killer Instinct when there's a new Street Fighter coming? There's a new Blaze Blue coming out next year.
Oh my god, Blaze Blue.
Why on earth am I going to pay this much for some fighting game that doesn't look that great?
Instead of doing that, buy Super Nintendo, buy Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
So Power Star and Forward Fighter Within are the Kinect games, and Just Dance.
Yeah, I believe so.
Why wouldn't they have Dance Central ready?
Yeah. Oh, because Harmonix is doing the other game. Harmonix is working on something else.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. They announced. I can't remember what the name of it is, but they did.
Probably Loco Cycle is another.
It might be, yeah. I can't remember what Harmonix is doing, but they are working on something that's completely unrelated to Dance Central and Rock Band. It's still a music thing, but it's completely different.
The only thing on the Xbox list that really intrigues me is the Fighter Within, because if that game works right with the Kinect, that could be pretty cool.
What about the Danny Trejo fight game for the PS Move?
That was terrible.
Yeah.
But you had to stand in one place, and it was based on the move balls. If Kinect works right, then this should be kick-ass.
Yeah, but then people are going to have to move, and people don't like to move.
That's fine, but you couldn't, with the fight, and I played the fight, and Russell played the fight, you literally had to move your feet. You couldn't move your feet. You put your feet in still, and then as long as you stood still, it worked okay. It was neat. Like, the first time me and Russell played online, I reached out and tapped on his head, and it goes right on his head. It was great. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, just hold still.
Yeah, we were trying to fight, and my arms were like every other way except hitting him.
Yeah, I walked out of the bathroom and shoved my hand in his face and said, hold still.
Hold this.
It's like every other day of work.
Thunder?
I have no idea what the hell War Thunder is. It was on the list. Game. It was on the list. No idea what it is.
Warframe.
Yeah, I misspell a lot of things. I think the system seller here is Tiny Brains.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
That's what I have.
But I think
Playroom is a game that requires the camera.
Yeah, it's a camera game. Yep.
Minecraft
and then,
is great.
I should note that Playroom is built into your system.
Oh yeah.
Playroom is built into your system, so you get it.
I don't. The whole Minecraft not being exclusive anymore
kind of kills Microsoft's big Xbox One edition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. But why hasn't Nintendo thrown money that way? Because that would be great on the Wii U.
Could you imagine playing it when it tapping on the screen, breaking?
I just think having the inventory on the second screen would be nice.
Yeah, that would be easy for customization, like building your stuff.
Yeah, because it'd
be better than the PC version.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe.
But in all honesty, my opinion is the best game at launch, and it's going to be the most underrated and most polished game is going to be Knack.
Yeah, Knack has been done for a while.
That game's going to be super polished. It's going to be a great platformer.
That'll probably be my day one game.
Yeah, if I was getting a PS4, I'd buy Knack. So, which will be really nice for me is when I get my PS4, Knack will probably be $20.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of nice.
PSN Plus.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they both of them got some pretty cool stuff coming out.
It's cool that DC Universe is coming out because that's going to intrigue a lot of PlayStation 3 gamers who still play it.
Yeah.
To get a PlayStation 4 and get it with better graphics and on day one and free.
Yeah, they're going to replace Batman with Ben Affleck though.
Oh fuck that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Mr. Hoofleck.
I think it's a great choice.
Let's get him some muscles on his vagina frame.
Fine.
Fucking hate Ben Affleck.
It's gonna be awesome.
I wish I had a vagina.
I'm sure it's gonna be fine, but it's fucking Ben Affleck.
He's
great. I'm just gonna look at him and go, Ben Affleck. Why not choose fucking Nick Cage?
Not to be
Nick Cage. Because he's a Superman fan.
Yeah.
If Nick Cage is gonna be in a Superman movie, he's gonna be playing Superman.
Duh.
His son's name is fucking Kal-El.
I know.
I think that at the very least, having Batman without some weird eye mole thing is a plus.
Eye mole? Who's... Oh yeah, he's got a thing on the inside. I noticed that, and I finally noticed that, and the only time I did was in fucking Dark Knight Rises. Like halfway through, I was like, "What the fuck's that thing on the side of his nose?"
I'm glad we could just point out people's shortcomings.
Yeah, he's the only person in Gotham with that. You're Bruce Wayne. Well, no, I'm not. I'm Batman. You got that eye thing, just like Bruce Wayne. I know you're Bruce Wayne.
Here's a quarter. Go down to the store corner in heaven now. Ratting off that thing on your face.
I didn't understand
Uncle
any
Buck.
of that.
Yeah, he's tying his shoe and trying to talk into a microphone. That really worked out too. I'm looking at the waveform on this thing. It just like went dead silent for a second while Chris is getting red in the face, bitching on the talking to his foot.
He got it.
I got it. Uncle Buck.
Which Steve hasn't seen.
Never seen it.
Oh,
You got to.
I can't believe he hasn't seen it.
Probably, I don't know, one of the top 2 John Candy movies ever. Spaceballs.
You should see the toast. I couldn't even get him through the door.
Never seen
It
it.
is toast, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's toast, right?
You still haven't seen the Power Rangers movie, so you can't talk to me about
Come
watching
on, of
movies.
all the movies in the world that you're going to make somebody see.
Ivan Ooze.
You know what the bad thing
was
is? I'm
not
going to
good.
watch it, and he's going to be like, fuck.
No, when
was
you
not a
watch
good
it, you
movie.
call me, and I'm going to come over because I want to watch your face while you watch it.
And I'm just going to go, oh my god, I'm going to kill myself.
It's so good. Have you ever seen it, Russell?
No.
Go
I don't
watch
like
it.
the Power Rangers.
It's so good.
I owned it when I liked the Power Rangers. And
I have it
didn't
on
like that.
VHS.
I do too. Clamshell, baby.
Yes, I have the clamshell, absolutely. It's good
You want to
stuff.
bust out a VCR, I'll let you borrow
I
it.
have one.
I've got a VCR.
I'm pretty
Let's
sure.
watch it right now!
I have several
Russell doesn't know what a
VCRs.
VCR is.
Yeah.
I know what a VCR is.
Russell's 9.
What is it? You take it out, right?
Dude, I had a kid in the store that didn't know what the Game Boy Advance cartridges were.
Girl didn't know what an
And I almost
NES
had
was. She goes,
heart
what's an
failure.
NES?
No, I know, but Game Boy Advance cartridges. It's like, how do you not know what that is? She's like, where do I put that in?
You could name a couple places.
Oh, all right. With that, we're ending.
No,
So,
top 5.
oh, you don't. Fucker. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
No. That's it for news. Thorough news exploration.
And tangents.
Yeah, just thorough. And we're gonna pause, and then we'll be back with just the top.
This is Sexy Guy Pete.
All right, guys.
You can hear the sexy guy beeping.
I saw it. It's shooting right across the screen. Why is it going so fast?
Because I haven't zoomed in all the way.
Okay. I think just shot right across the screen.
Just go. Just fucking do it.
Welcome back, guys, and we're gonna start off our top 5 with Russell today.
Just the top.
Just the top.
Just the
Sorry,
top.
Just the top.
Best name for a segment ever.
All right, these go in no order whatsoever. I figured
As
that-
a top 5 list should.
Well, I mean, there's somewhat of an order to it, but
Oh, now there is.
my top 5 is basically the free PlayStation Plus games that I've gotten and actually enjoyed.
That's a good list. That could be
Um,
hard.
now number 5 is going to be Blaze Blue for the PS Vita, just because I haven't played anything on my Vita that I could actually play, and they gave me Blaze Blue for free. One of my favorite fighting games. Another good game is, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, it's Malicious. It's a third-person beat-em-up game. It kind of plays like God of War, where you have, like, phantom limbs.
I tried to play that. I couldn't figure out anything.
The cool part about that game is, as you're getting beaten, if you're getting, like, hurt really bad, your limbs start falling off. And then you just die, and you turn into a ghost, and then you just disappear. So that was actually pretty cool. Another game, if you like platformers, Closure, that was given away for free. That's basically a game where you have to go through puzzles with light and dark.
It's a black and white game.
Yeah, I mean, if anything's dark, you can fall through the ground and die. But if you have the ball of light, you can walk anywhere you want. Just Cause. Just Cause is a game that's extremely hard to find, and one
Just
that I'm...
Cause 2.
Was it the first one or the second
It's the
one?
Second one.
Oh, nice.
It's the second.
Yep.
I didn't even know they
First
gave that
one
away.
wasn't on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know they
Yep.
gave that away. That's nice.
They gave that away for free, made it easier for me to find and play. But my number 1 game is going to have to be XCOM. Favorite game, actually. I'm really liking it.
It's a great
enjoy it.
game. It really is.
I love it.
The-
I got it day 1 when it came out for PC.
I played that. I should have mentioned that. I beat XCOM.
Oh, did you finally beat it?
Yeah, can we go all the way
Awesome.
back? I beat XCOM. It was
Great.
awesome.
But that's good, yeah. No, I love XCOM. It's
Yeah,
great.
I really enjoyed it. I do want to finish it eventually. I think at this point I'm going to start fresh because I'm not going to remember what the hell I was doing when I boot it back up.
Well, like I said, I got it day 1 when it came out and played on the PC.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
And when I got it on the PS3, I had no clue what the hell I was doing once again. You know, it's been a while since I played it, got my ass kicked.
I definitely enjoyed the first few matches. It was
fun. The Blaze Blue was awesome for them to put that out, because I love Blaze Blue.
It was everything. It was extended, wasn't it?
I was deep into Blaze Blue when it first came out. I bought the collector's edition day one. Just judging on YouTube videos that I saw people playing it, it just looked unbelievable. So I hopped right on it.
Well, in that game, if you get into a good fight, all you're seeing is bright colors.
Oh yeah, there's crazy shit in that game. It's just like sparks and colors everywhere. You want to complain about games being brown and gray? Blaze Blue is just like paint exploded.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely gorgeous. It's all like hand drawn artwork,
over the top.
It's made by the people that did Guilty Gear. You know, it's just.
They always say it looks like Guilty Gear, but it's actually made by those guys.
It's Arc System Works. Yeah.
Yep.
Excuse me?
Oh, you want me to go next?
No.
Put me on the spot?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
I got in order, because I'm awesome.
Mine were in order. Eat me.
Oh, yeah, you were in A order.
They were in.
You're out of order.
This whole system's out of order. I'm Jack Nicholson. It's like the worst Jack Nicholson ever. Anyways.
Here's Johnny! Shannon Duvall, I am coming for you, honey child! I think the kid's in the maze. I gotta go find him! I'm talking to the dead Indian behind the bar, and he's like, oh boy, you should have been here to 1922. I dressed like a woman and serenaded all the men in this place.
The hell's Miss Daisy show up?
Oh my god.
I don't even know what that was.
I don't even think he can go now. He just destroyed
it. Broke Pete.
Top 5 Steve impersonations.
Yeah.
I have the top 5 sequels on the NES. This one, I should mention, the sequels had to have the original game on the NES. And,
Wait a minute. Your thing is called sequels on the NES, but these games might not have been on the NES?
They had to have been on the NES.
No, the sequels are on the NES, but the originals
are from NES as well.
Just fucking read the list. I'm just gonna call bullshit on every one.
So Zelda was on it.
Top 5 number 2s. 1996. August 30th.
My number 1 wouldn't even be mine. It'd be one from a McDonald's bathroom. That's a story in itself.
My number 1's from a Soil concert.
It was Russell.
Russell came out of that bathroom proud. It was like he just had a child. He had a cigar. He handed him out to people in the parking lot.
Opened up his wallet.
It was the first time I cleared a bathroom. Leave me alone.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
You might want to get it checked out too.
He got high-fived over the stall.
Okay.
Please continue with your list of games that have no...
It could be better than your list.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah. I should mention that could be number 3s, too.
Okay, that's fine.
Which I don't even want to talk about what it could be in a bodily function. Okay, there was a lot to choose from for honorable mention, but I gave it to RC Pro AM 2. Because I really liked RC Pro AM 1, and RC Pro AM 2 is a lot of fun as well. So, number 5, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. Yeah, Steve's just making that's
it's
not
a
bad
good game.
face. Number 4, Operation C.
Alright.
Yeah. Contra sequel. Mm-hmm. Number 3, this one was tough. Mega Man 2.
Alright.
I know it's like a cop-out game. Mega Man 3 had Proto Man, Mega Man 4 the Charge Shot, but Mega Man 2 was Mega Man 2.
It had Lawnmower Man in it, right?
I don't think that was
Jeff Fahey?
I don't think it was a Mega Man game.
Pierce Brosnan?
No. Number 2.
Was it Pierce Brosnan?
I know Jeff Fahey was in it.
I've never seen Lawnmower Man. I just remember seeing the rental case. I just remember seeing the VHS rental case in the horror section of the local video store.
That and Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic,
come on, that movie is fantastic. If I had a top 5 movie list, that'd be on it. That would be on it.
Continue on with your list.
No, I want to talk about Johnny Mnemonic. It has
Point Break. Shit, I can't even get the name right.
It's Keanu Reeves, and he has to...
We could do top 5 canoe movies.
Whoa.
That was a good one.
This is my impression of Canoe.
That's number 2 on my Steve's impression.
Wow!
Okay, number 2, Super Mario Bros. 3. That's a really obvious one that usually gets a top spot. But I'm not lame.
Well, it's the greatest game of all time.
It might be.
No, it's the greatest game of all time.
To it, actually.
It's the greatest game of all time.
Well, then you'll be surprised with number 1.
Because you're wrong if you say anything else besides Super Mario Bros. 3 is the greatest game of all time.
I'm not saying it's the greatest game of all time.
It's the greatest game of all time.
It's just, there's a sequel that's better.
What?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3: The Manhattan Project. That's like Turtles in Time for the NES. You get a buddy together, you play that. Your buddy doesn't like playing, take turns and doing goddamn Mario. Your buddy likes being a turtle and bashing people.
I feel I am going to hit something. Manhattan Project is not better than Super Mario Bros. 3. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's his top 5.
I don't care. His top 5 is wrong. I don't care.
I like how when we do our top 5, it's like Steve is the judge.
Yeah,
he just frowns at us for everything we say.
Yours was fine. You're smart. This is the dumbest thing I've heard in my life.
Oh, come on.
It's pretty good.
I'm not saying that.
I thought people liked 2 more because it was the arcade game.
Yeah, I hate the arcade.
That's just me. I mean, I'm just going by what people...
3 was Turtles in Time for the NES. Before Turtles in Time, I think. No, but... His Steve rubbing his eyes. It's bad. Mario 3...
The migraine's coming in.
Mario 3 is a fantastic game. And everybody else gives it number 1. And that probably deserves number 1. But nobody likes a list that's not throwing things for a loop.
patting Pete on the back for what job well done. Job well done.
I made Steve bleed out of his ears. I think I've done well.
It's gonna hurt. All right, my
you know
top
what
5...
game really sucks?
What?
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
Right next to Persona 4.
Yeah, they're both blowjobs.
And Persona 3.
No, that would make them
Those are bad!
It would make them
Blowjob from a dude with a mustache.
With a blue mustache.
Oh, you beat me to it! You beat me to it!
That guy could listen to this.
He's our only listener.
He's gonna stop. You're unsubscribed. We're gonna get our first hate comment. Comment, please.
We already got one. It was an email I sent to myself.
Dude, you
it just said be better.
And then you did an impression of yourself, right? I'm Steve.
I'm Steve.
Alright, we want to go into last names on this thing? I'm giving all your motherfuckers addresses.
Hey, man. My last name is, I think, pretty much the most common here.
Yeah.
No, I would say Pete.
It's not vagina.
Yeah. I'm Mike Smith.
Yeah, Mike R.
Mike R.
Mike R. Dude, why the fuck does your email come up as Mike R? Oh, it's a fake name I sent to Craigslist people.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, you ruined it. The Craigslist people are listening.
Craigslist people.
The men seeking men section and casual encounters are listening. I'm going to pay you $600 to come over and pee in the urinal I've installed in my dining room.
Excellent.
No, I do not have the beard.
Yeah. Oh god! Oh god! Please tell that story! Please fucking tell that story!
Steve was looking for an apartment a few years ago, and he found some guy who needed someone to live on the bunk below him. And he had a picture on Craigslist, and the note said, "Please note, I do not have the beard anymore."
The best part was, he was sitting in front of the American flag!
On the top bunk.
It was like $100 a week, too!
Yeah. You get the bottom bunk and all the utilities.
Oh, God. I forgot about that. That's fucking good.
Good, finally, it's not just me and Pete.
Russell does it occasionally.
Yeah,
Go on.
He squeaks. Alright, my top 5 is my top 5 PlayStation 1 games. This was hard, because I wrote down 4, and then I went and looked at my games and wrote 10 more. And I was like, shit, I only need 5. So, number 6 is Gallop Racer.
Right on.
Those are not coconuts. That
is the sound of the Octagon.
Exactly.
It's on the oh, jeez.
Gallop Racer is a horse racing simulator. It's great. You get to mate horses at points, and it's just fun. I sank a lot of time into this game.
I've always wanted to mate horses.
In high school. And I actually have Gallop 1 and G1 Racer on the PlayStation 3. And you can play it with the Move controller, so yeah. Whip action, baby.
I have horse racing games for my arcade cabinet.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They're really good. Pete's played them.
Yeah.
They're good?
Well, they're the best horse racing games I've ever played.
So you've the only thing you've ever played.
I didn't say that, but yes.
Okay.
They're the best horse racing games you're going to play.
Number 5. Monster Rancher.
Ooh.
Yeah.
REM.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of my notes. Monster Rancher was a game that you took the game, you popped it open, and you took your game out, and you put a CD in, and it would read the discs and tracks, and it would notice what it was, and it would give you a generated monster. Now, this game had special monsters by special CDs, most notably REM Monster. You could get a dragon from it, and his name was Apocalypse. The only trick to it is you couldn't get the dragon unless you had bred a dragon already. And breeding a dragon would take like fucking half a year, because only every once a year during the game, and it's a time-based game, once a year this guy would come around and he would take you on his random adventure. And as soon as you hit the wrong
That's what Pete had in Maryland last
week. The random guy with the random adventure.
I knew him. He was my roommate.
So as soon as you go to the wrong place, or if your monster that's with you want to take a powerful monster, because if you don't, he dies. You can't get a piece, and you've got to get 5 pieces on these random encounters at random times. And there was another one, this is another note I wrote down, the Forrest Gump soundtrack gave you a white gorilla that had no head because he was a ghost and his head kind of floated there.
I remember reading in EGM when the game came out, they had the list. It was like 3 pages of the magazine was just a list of CDs.
Yep.
And I remember flipping through
lists.
I remember flipping through my CDs, seeing what I had. I never even known the game.
Yep.
I always wanted to. And to this day I still want to play this game. I've never gotten around to playing it.
It's fantastic. I actually wrote down all of my CDs. This is when I first got to college, and I actually worked in the computer lab, and I used to print out lists. I used to print out lists and just go buy the cheapest ones I could find. Number 4, Gran Turismo. I bought it day one. It was the release of the original DualShock controller. That game came out for that game specifically. It's what it was really designed for.
Ape Escape.
Ape Escape was the first game that used both sticks as well, yes. I played, and Gran Turismo counted its days as races, and I did over 750 days in the original Gran Turismo. It's the most I played of any of them, so quite a bit of time I spent playing.
Wait a minute, so that means you did 750 races?
At least, yeah.
Oh shit, I did more than that in 5.
Yeah, but that's also 5-hour, like 2-hour races, endurance races that I would do consistently. So after a while, I was doing nothing but endurance races to get the Corvettes and stuff. Number 3, Final Fantasy Tactics. The remake is better on the PSP. It has unbelievable new cutscenes that are put into it. The translation is better, but I spent 65 hours playing that game, and it's fan-fucking-tastic. Play it. Number 2. This was tough for the number 2.
Number 2s are always tough.
Number
sometimes.
2s. Oh, I got some big number 2s.
They come out sideways.
Corn. Number 2. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Best soundtrack ever in a game, probably, in my opinion. One of them. I mean, if you just want to go by classic soundtrack.
What about the Daytona game? With the,
Daytona USA has a better soundtrack.
I can't say that, but
Daytona.
What was the one you guys were saying with the best soundtrack ever? Had
NASCAR 98. It only has one song, and it's Flirting with Disaster.
Yeah.
It is the greatest game soundtrack of all
500
time.
laps of nothing but Molly Hatchet.
I'm traveling down the road and I'm flirting with disaster.
Dude, it was so good. You have no idea. I sang it the whole time, and then like 6 hours in, I'm like, it's the same voice.
Yeah,
it's the same fucking song.
Yeah, you never realized you were only listening to one song.
It's so good. That's how good it was. Number 1, I don't really need to say it. Everybody knows what it is. It's Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, I thought we were
fuck that game.
You said it.
It's Final Fantasy 7.
Steve,
70 hours.
You have chosen
My
wrong.
original save for that game at the end of the game where I'm ready to beat it is exactly 70 hours. No minutes, no seconds. I thought that was cool. Still have it. Still have my save for that game. Love it.
But you don't have Eris.
No, fuck that bitch. Okay, here we want the little church girl or the big titty girl who wants to fuck the black guy. I don't know, whatever. But
I thought the Harrison Ford episode was the most racist podcast we've had. This has gone far and beyond that.
Tifa was great. Why wouldn't you want Tifa? Aerith was cool, but Aerith.
She was my healer.
All I remember is that Jax from Mortal Kombat shows up and he's got guns for hands all of a sudden, and then the long-hand girl with the huge sword fights you at the end.
Long-haired girl.
What the dog? You forgot the dog.
Sapphire, whatever the hell his name is.
Sapphire.
Red
13.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's the problem I have on my list. Because this makes me look like I'm an idiot. So when Chris originally told us that he wanted to do some top 5 stuff, he goes, just so you know, doesn't have to be about video games.
That's fine. Doesn't have to.
So I made a top 5 list. My original idea was to make a top 5 list of my top 5 reasons why I can't be bothered to make a top 5 list. But I decided, all right, I'm going to make a top 5 list, and it's not going to be about video games. So I made a top 5 list of the 5 movies I am looking forward to the most over the next 2 months. I go to see a lot of movies, and today I saw The World's End. It's quite good. Go and see it. Yesterday I saw You're Next. If you like horror movies, go see it. So I go to see a lot of movies. I had to have a couple of honorable mentions just because there's some really good stuff coming up, and I just realized that one of my honorable mentions is also on my list. So I'm going to have to take that off. The first one is, for honorable mentions, it's Runner Runner. I just saw this trailer for the first time yesterday for You're Next, and I saw it again for The World's End today. It's Justin Timberlake and Ben Affleck, and Justin Timberlake is trying to cheat at online poker, and Ben Affleck owns an island, and then pushes a guy into a lake full of alligators, and then laughs at Justin Timberlake and calls him a dummy.
Number 2 reasons I don't want to see that movie. Yeah. Ben Affleck and Justin Timberlake.
And the next one is a movie that I knew was coming out, and I didn't realize it was coming out soon, and I saw the trailer for the first time today, and that's The Fifth Estate. The Fifth Estate is the true story of the WikiLeaks leak of the United States military documents with Julian Assange and all of that. It's got a pretty solid cast. I'm interested in seeing it. I don't know if I'll go see it like day one, but I'm checking it out. So on my list, no particular order, Escape Plan. I just saw this trailer for the first time last night. Sylvester Stallone is the world's greatest escape artist from prisons. They send him to prisons to escape to test their security. So he is kidnapped and sent to this crazy fucking prison where it's just like you're doomed to die. Like, you're in individual pods that are elevated 50 feet in the air.
So it's Cube.
It's kind of like Cube. And here's the best part is, guess who the grizzled veteran inmate he runs into is?
I know. Can I answer?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This is the movie?
It's Stallone and Schwarzenegger. Already? Yeah.
They just announced it like a week ago.
Yeah, I just heard about it for the first time a couple weeks ago, and the trailer ran last night.
It look good?
It looks really good. Yeah, I'm going to go see it. Next is the remake of Carrie. The first time I saw the trailer was Pete and I went to go see R.I.P.D. I think it was, and we saw Chloe Grace Moretz, who is Hit Girl from Kick-Ass, and her mother is Julianne Moore. Ooh. So yeah, it looks pretty good.
So, now, coitus?
Coitus? The thing about the trailer is it's an older movie, and everybody knows how it plays for the most part of the generation who's not stupid. It goes from the beginning of the movie, and it shows every single thing.
When we saw that trailer, we went to IMAX to see Elysium.
Yes.
That's when we saw the trailer, which is funny because you see a non-IMAX movie in IMAX, on this giant. It actually didn't look that bad.
Yeah.
But the thing is I turned to Pete and I was like, they just gave away this whole fucking movie in this minute and a half trailer.
No, I mean start to finish. It's like, they
give you all the plot points.
Like,
they show the blood coming down at the prom, and they show they're all gonna laugh at you thing.
Yeah, don't. She's being picked on, and then it's like, oh, somebody wants to take me to prom. Excellent. Don't go with him. He's gonna fuck with you. They're all gonna laugh at you. And then she's at prom and she's going up, and the blood comes down. It's like the whole fucking.
They showed the last.
They showed the beginning. They showed the middle. They showed the end.
I'm really looking forward to this. This was actually supposed to come out in April, but it got pushed back to October. Now, here's the funny thing. Russell, you just saw Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah.
Now, there's a key scene in Kick-Ass 2 where she gets asked to go to the prom, and then they make fun of her and ditch her. This is the same actress that's going to be in Carrie a few months later. I'm like, this is... I just kind of started...
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, I kind of started... Well, no, they didn't do that on purpose because Kick-Ass 2 was written years ago. They had no idea that's who was going to be playing.
But they added the little bit in, I think, about it.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyways.
I didn't know that had anything to do with it, though.
I just thought it was funny because it's the same actor.
Yep.
The next one is one that I think Pete's kind of interested in as well, because this is a trailer that tells a story. Every time you go to see this trailer, it's a new trailer that tells more of the story, and it's Gravity. Gravity is an IMAX movie. It's George Clooney and Sandra Bullock are in space, and they are lost in space. And you don't really know what the movie is actually about, but every time you see a trailer, it's a little bit further along in the story. So the trailer is telling a story.
But it doesn't show anything.
It doesn't show anything.
No, my God. I think it's going to be a movie where, like, hey, we're going into space. Hey, we're in space. Hey, Sandra Bullock, come back. And Sandra Bullock is spinning in space for the next hour and a half.
Open water?
Yeah. The kind of neat thing that I saw about this though is at the end of the trailer they show the director's name and I'm like, God, this guy's name sounds familiar. I can't picture it. It's the guy that directed Children of Men. Oh. So if you've seen Children of Men and remember what that movie looked like with the long continuous camera angles that never broke away, I want to see this movie now. And here's the funny thing, they are not running this trailer in non-IMAX movies. They are really pushing this as you have to see this in IMAX. It is designed specifically for IMAX.
Plenty in it. I gotta see it.
So I mean, the best part about this is we just had an IMAX theater open here 2 months ago, so now we can actually go see it in IMAX. So I'm curious to see that.
A nicer IMAX movie.
Next on the list is, I believe Pete saw this trailer with me, is Prisoners. This is the Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman movie where they're detectives, and they're chasing after a murderer that killed a young girl. The best part is the murderer is played by Paul Dano. So I am super excited. Paul Dano is the kid from There Will Be Blood. He was in Little Miss Sunshine as the kid that doesn't talk and finds out he's colorblind.
The little kid?
No, the son.
The goofy.
Yeah, the son. Yeah, he takes a vow of silence. He was in Detroit Rock City. No, he wasn't in Detroit. No, he wasn't in Detroit Rock City. He was in stuff. He's been in movies.
He's been in things.
He's really good. And then last is a movie that I heard about a while ago, because I think it might have been a Sundance film. They just started running trailers for it, and that's Don John. It's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it, who's been kind of blowing up over the past few years. I mean, I remember him as the annoying neighbor on Roseanne, but now all of a sudden he's he was on Roseanne. He was on Roseanne.
Was he was alive?
Yeah,
he's much older than he looks, though.
He's older than he looks, yeah. He was on Third Rock from the Sun,
Batman.
Yeah. So, this is a movie that not only is he starring in, he actually wrote and directed it, too. It's got him, Scarlett Johansson is in it, Tony Danza is in it. It's basically about this guy who's he's kind of like the ladies' man. It's obviously a play on words for Don Juan. He's kind of like a ladies' man. It takes place in either New Jersey or New York. They all kind of have that accent. It just looks like kind of like a fun movie to go and see, and kind of like just could be a good R-rated comedy. So I want to see it. It looks good. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Brick is
no,
awesome.
I haven't seen it.
You would love
Watch
Brick.
Brick.
I think it's on Netflix.
It's actually called A Brick.
Really?
Technically the name of it.
Really?
Because before the little symbol, that's considered part of the title, I believe.
Well, fuck that.
I think it's on Netflix.
It's really good.
So is this movie like I didn't watch it, but is this movie the exact opposite of 500 Days of Summer?
Yeah, for the most part. He's wearing like a wife beater muscle shirt the entire time. He kind of jacked himself up a little bit. I mean, it looks just kind of like a fun movie. The only other trailer that I've seen a lot that's somewhat interesting is they keep running the trailer for The Secret Wife of Walter Mitty, which is actually a remake of a 1940s film. It's got Ben Stiller and Kristen Wiig in it, and it's about this guy that daydreams about having a better life, and it's all these crazy situations he gets into, and I think Sean Penn's in it. I think we saw the trailer for it, yeah. Yes, the scene where Sean Penn is in a photograph and motions him to come forward, yeah.
Yes, it's good that you explained that, because I was just doing it silently.
Yeah.
Who's Kristen Wiig?
Kristen Wiig she's on Saturday Night Live, and she's the lead actor in Bridesmaids.
She's blonde?
All right, yeah.
Well, sort of. It depends on what movie.
She's a woman.
Female actresses come and go way too fast now. On that note...
Yeah.
Why do you give me that look?
That's
you.
That's gonna wrap up this podcast. So thank you guys for coming back to listen to us. None of you listen to this.
Sexy Pete.
Yeah, I'm Cool Guy Pete, and this is the top 5 list. I didn't even do the voice. I didn't even do the voice.
This was just a tip.
You want me to do my Pete? This is just a tip. My name is Mike R. from the Craigslist people. That's how I found Craig on Men Seeking Men for the Maryland Craigslist.
Oh, God. Totally my roommate from college. It's not code, either.
That's code.
Oh.
You knock on the door. Hey, are you my roommate from college? You know I am.
For show.
Bring a Doritos bag and a rubber band. We're going to have a good time.
3 Musketeers.
Yeah.
I'm going to do those bag for my Pringles can.
That's actually where I was going with it. That's what you use in a pinch, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I came up with that in like 4th grade, and it's still fucking funny.
Oh.
All right, guys. Have a good couple of weeks, and we'll talk to you soon. Take it easy.